there, ref. That she got the ball.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur and welcome back to Spurs Watch Along. This is a Sunday game before our Thursday absolutely massive game of this season. Maybe just an opportunity to have a bit of a palate cleanser, an opportunity to see a win, and we'll see how this one unfolds. Dave was just reminding me that our away record in the Premier League isn't very good. So again, just an opportunity to try to salvage something, try to salvage some type of momentum, some type of confidence. We also really don't have a good record against Wolves when I kind of think about it. I can't even remember too many wins of recent, either at home or away from home, maybe especially away from home to this Wolves team at the Molineux Stadium. Actually a pretty famous stadium, if I recall, to a degree. So let's see if Spurs can pull off something here against this Wolves team. From what I can tell, too, the lineup that Wolves have gone with, maybe there's something to take from that. I believe Cunha they've left on the bench. Wang Yi-chan they've left on the bench. I'm a little surprised by that. So Spurs do have a decent opportunity. We've left plenty of players on the bench. There's no Sonny available. He's, not even in the squad entirely. And we've gone, of course, with a very, very different lineup than what we played with Thursday night. I did expect that, though. I think Ange Postecoglou did allude to lots of rotation. Right. I don't want to pat myself on the back too much on the predicted lineup, but Ange Postecoglou gave us a bit of a clue by saying that some of these guys would be wrapped up in cotton wool. And
who's your mole, Jack?
Yeah, exactly. People actually are making jokes about the mole and the rats in the chat here, which we will get to in just a second. But Dave, how are you, sir? I mean, like I said, palate cleanser in a way this Sunday just to see us get a win. It's actually quite simple. There's no real consequence to it. It's just a good chance for us to gather some confidence.
Do you know what? Drew made a fantastic point on the pre-match build-up. It's like, look, we can go into these games angry and stuff like that, we can treat them as dead rubbers, but we'll all be missing football come the summer. As soon as the final whistle goes this season, we'll be all moaning and crying that we don't have football and want it back as quick as possible. So I'm coming into this game. I'm hoping I can enjoy it. At the end of the day, it's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. That is famously where you're supposed to sit back, not do so much, recruit for the start of a new week, and stuff like that. So hopefully Tottenham allow me to enjoy it. But look, also, today isn't a dead rubber. We need to win games of football. No one wants to lose any more games than what we already have done this season. And I'd argue winning breeds confidence heading into Thursday night. You look at our away form right now. We've lost nine games away from home in the Premier League, out of 18 away games, which is nowhere near good enough. And I think only Leicester and Southampton have a worse record than what we do in terms of going away from home in the Premier League. You look at the last six games away from home across all competitions. We haven't scored in 5 of them. So we have a big problem away from home. And the name of the game Thursday night is going away from home into a much more hostile atmosphere than what we're going to face today and try and get the job done. So in order to try and rectify that heading into that game, to nullify some of these stats, which, will be banded around, and that's all these players will hear going into it, which puts more pressure on them. We need to get a win today. We need to prove and demonstrate to give fans hope Thursday night that we can win away from home, and it starts today. So hopefully we can get the job done. At the end of the day, people say this squad is a lot better than what it's showing. So now it's up to the squad players to come in and prove that today then.
Small victories then, can we get a goal away from home? Can we get a win away from home? Can we get a win against Wolves? Plenty of things that Spurs have not done in some time, either this season or in plenty of seasons past. So definitely an opportunity to get some small victories today. Let's get to the lineups, though. Just want to read those aloud to you guys. I imagine you had a pretty good conversation on it on the pre-match build-up. But we have Vicario in goals, Archie Gray at fullback, I'd assume, with Romero and Ben Davies as your center backs, with Jed Spence at left back. We have Basuma and Sarr in the midfield. Madison as well is still in the team, with Matisse Tell up front with Solanke and Johnson. When it looks at the bench, just let me zoom in and get my eyes, focused on that. Ein moment for me here, everybody. But for the bench, I had it.
I can see that if you want me to read it.
Do you mind reading the bench for me, Dave?
Yeah, no problem.
I had it there.
Yeah, no problem. Look, for context, people, it's like 6 a.m. where Jack is, and that's probably being generous. So, bear with him. But in goals, it is on the bench, it's Kinski, Van de Ven. We've got Pedro Porro, we've got Destiny Adogi, Rodrigo Bentancur, Lucas Bergval, Dejan Kulusevski returns to the bench with Mikey Moore, and then Richarlison up front. So that's the bench for everybody.
Well, I'm actually pleased to see Mikey Moore make the bench there, and Richarlison as well as Kulusevski, down there. Will we get Kulusevski some minutes in this game? wonder, like, maybe he'll just be
Surely
reserved,
he'd come off the
for
bench, no?
it's hard to say, maybe he might just be also in 2 degree, he's on the bench, but maybe he'll be wrapped in cotton wool for
Mm,
Thursday to see if he can get some significant minutes then. Richarlison, it'd be nice to give him, some minutes, give Solanke some rest, play Solanke for what, 60 minutes, something like that, and then look to give Richarlison at least 30 plus if he
yeah.
can. And then, as always, we would love to see the Mikey Moore star come off the bench,
Neymar.
but I don't know. It's just something that Ange Postecoglou hasn't been that keen on, very much this season. But those three towards the bottom there, I am relieved and as well as happy to
Mm.
see. And then, like I mentioned in the intro, no Sonny at all in the squad, which I don't really have any huge qualms with. At the end of the day, I think we all know he's going to be rested and preserved in some fine juices for
As
Thursday night.
as long as it's not an injury, though, Jack, because you see the likes of
True.
Pedro Porro, Desti Adogi, Bentancur, Bergval, players that clearly are rested for Thursday night, they're still on the bench. Son
Well,
isn't.
yeah.
So I do hope that it's not it's the case that he hasn't picked up an injury, because if he has, I think again, that especially now with Udebur, he's not there today. You would maybe
Yeah.
suspect that there was truth to the hamstring,
Yeah, that's right.
situation and stuff like that. The fact that he's not there today, which all of a sudden is starting to leave you short of numbers come Thursday. If that's the case, if them two are out, we know Kulizeski ain't anywhere near 100% fit either. He's probably brought in onto the bench today, to replace someone like Udebur who can't be on the bench today.
Yeah.
So I just wonder about Son. Are we, has he developed an injury, which I'm sort of concerned about heading into Thursday. But look, I don't want to create
Scary
headlines.
thoughts.
We'll wait and see, over the next couple of days what sort of comes out. But I would say it's worrying if, that he's not on the bench today, considering you look at the rest of it, they are. If it is the case that he's just giving him a day off, stay away, go and get your head right, relax and stuff like that, absolutely the right decision. Because at the end of the day, in Europe in years gone by, it's Son who stepped up. That Champions League run, it was Son who stepped up. We fucking need that guy for Thursday night. No matter what's happened this season, we need him Thursday night. If anybody's going to get us over the line, it has to be him.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot to mention or failed to mention the elephant in the room, or should I say the mole in the room, being the likes of Odebear, right? Odebear also doesn't make the bench, even though he did make the bench Thursday night, didn't play. But Ange Postecoglou has made, a big or sort of call or whatever. He's made a big situation out of the leaked dressing room and the leaked injury news from Thursday night. And now all of a sudden, maybe there was some truth behind it with Odebear not in the team today. But then, like you say there, Ken, maybe the mole then, guess even though we're complaining about the mole, or at least Ange is, it'd be nice to know if the mole could help us out with the Sunny situation, as you were alluding to there, Dave. But I'll get to some people in the chat now. Yeah, go ahead.
Just
Sorry.
quickly before you do, Jack, it's something that I had in the pre-match build-up that I didn't really get down to, and I think maybe it's poignant today to maybe have this conversation just quickly. But, Ben Davies is back in the lineup today. I think we all expected it to a large degree. But his contract is coming up at the end of the season, Jack, and I just wonder, there hasn't been any sort of suggestions that he is in new talks for an extension. So I think it's just worth putting out there. Does Davies deserve a new deal off after his campaign this year? Or are we starting to witness the final games of Ben Davies' Tottenham career?
I think we might be. I personally would not give him a new contract. I think there's so many young, talented center backs coming through at the moment. Ashley Phillips, Vuskovic, Alfie Dorrington, Archie Gray can technically play as a utility center back. Not even mentioning guys like Kevin Donzo as well. I'm probably even missing another center back to a degree of some kind that can play there. So there's so many talented ones that are coming through that certainly could be able to play, some sort of auxiliary backup role. But then another thing for me is, technically guys like Kevin Donzo, as well as the likes of Vuskovic and plenty of these other, guys, and I believe even Mickey Van de Ven, I believe, is being paid less than Ben Davies. So I'd argue that if Spurs are going to continue, which they shouldn't be, but if Spurs are going to continue to be this stingy kind of, club when it comes to the wages, there's no reason then to be paying Ben Davies, as much as 80 grand a week. You would rather than that money go towards someone else that, in my opinion, is just a better center back and far more deserving probably of it at the time. If Ben Davies wants to knock himself down to, I don't know, 30, 40K, which I doubt he would, maybe he would rather just go to the MLS or something like that, or to Swansea, where maybe he could get, I doubt Swansea would be able to pay it. But if there is a destination somewhere that would pay closer to those wages, he probably would take it. But I don't know, in Ben Davies' situation, not sure where his heart lies, with things. But yeah, I would say maybe there is a chance that these could be some of his final games in a Spurs shirt. And if we don't make Europe, next season, you could argue maybe he would be blocking the pathway again, for some of
Yeah,
these talented center backs to get their opportunities. He's been at the club such a
yeah.
long time now. Eventually, you do have to say goodbye, but we all know that he's also Sonny's best friend, conveniently for him, and that's
And he
probably
does a
kept him.
lot
And he
off
does a
the
lot
field.
around the football club, and is regarded, maybe not on the pitch, but off the pitch, is regarded as a very well liked character. So there are plenty of things that have kept him around, maybe non-footballing reasons, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But
I
yeah,
agree.
those are my thoughts on it. Personally, I would
Yeah.
not renew that contract.
No, and look, I think it is a case where I haven't been told anything. I don't have them all and stuff like that inside the club and that. But
We need one.
just looking at it from the outside, I think Jack is spot on. 85K a week is on a lot more than some of the players that are starting week in, week out ahead of him. And I do think, on that basis, with how we've gone about trying to reduce the wage bill, he is on one of them old large contracts. I do think his time is coming to an end. So I would say if there's any Ben Davies fans out there, maybe start getting used to the idea that these last 7 games that we have in the league, is probably the last you're going to see a Ben Davies in a Tottenham shirt. Now, look, I do know that the players have a lot of respect for Ben Davies in around the football club because he does all the off the field stuff, all the ambassadorial stuff, all the media stuff that these players don't want to do. He sort of picks up that slack. But like you said, got to be paying a player for his for footballing reasons. And look, I
Well,
think Ben Davies has had a better campaign than what he's had in the last couple of years at Tottenham. I think he's had a better campaign this season. He surprised me a little bit this season. But I just think with the emergence of Voskovic and that coming into the squad next season, I think now is the time, you'd probably see them part ways unless Ben Davies is willing to take a much more reduced contract,
yeah.
which
What
I
sort of
don't think will be the case.
and also we're probably not going to be able to sell Dragishin this summer because of the injury. So there's just so many center
Mm,
backs to pick from that you'd say just need to be given time,
mm,
or are technically younger and arguably in many cases just better player. And
mm.
what sort of message does that send? Having a guy that just never really plays,
Yeah.
being on 80 grand a week while you have someone like Mickey Van de Ven and Kevin Donzo on like half those
Yeah.
wages. Like it's just, I don't know. It doesn't
What?
make a lot of sense to me. And 80K a week is a lot closer to 100 grand a week, which I don't think he's ever been close to being worth 100 grand a week kind of player. Again, that's just me though
The
on the
fact that he's
situation.
managed to pull himself 85K a week is actually fair play to his agent. Actually,
Yeah.
he deserves a lot of credit. But look, I really do hope, just quickly, lastly, that he actually sees out the campaign well. I hope he plays well, Jack.
He's had a great
It'd be
season.
nice for him to end off on that. It'd be a shame for him to go out the way Lloris went out. Do you know what I mean? Like that was a shame the way Lloris went out of football club where the
Look,
performances weren't there. He kept them on just
he's
that bit.
avoided it.
Yeah, I would like to see Ben Davies end on a high, and I've come full circle on that, so I deserve credit on that one. And lastly, my boy Papamatosaurus Rex, I cannot wait to see this guy in the midfield today, Jack. It's been a long time coming, starting the game. Hopefully he can show people what he's got, because there's been a lot of criticism around him this year.
Sure.
I just hope Papamatosaurus Rex can come in, eat all the other reptiles around him, Jack, and just go on and produce an absolute brilliant performance today.
100%. I am also. I think Palmatasaurus maybe got some unneeded or maybe unnecessary kind of criticism, but it's how it is. We all have our different takes. We all have different feelings, which is why we get to this massive chat in the house. Thank you for joining us this
There's
Sunday,
notes.
everybody. Really do appreciate you all. Please
Lord's
smash the
Day.
like button for us. Only 30 likes so far, but there are well over 300 in the house, so we would appreciate it if you guys smashed it for us. Again, thank you as well, though, for picking us as your watch along destination on this Sunday. And like I said, bit of a palate cleanser for us. Let's just see if we can grab a win here. We are Spurs TVs and nice and early. Big up to you, sir. Also, Trinidad saying, smash that like for fuck's sake. Freeloaders. Shout out to the flat cap. Massive. Come on, you Spurs. 2-1 win today. Hey, Trinidad coming in hot.
Trinidad.
I appreciate that, man. Very, very kind of you, and very, very lovely of you to show the love to us, my friend. Jay Keaveney is in here. Insider leak. Kulu's on the bench, lads. Hey, that's a good one. We need as many moles as we can. Jay Keaveney. Darv Hotspur. Balu. Custard, Corby 79. Big up to Mark as well, who's a member. Big up Dave and Jack. Hope you're well. Doing the best we can, Mark. How about you? Big up to the Mark
Trying
Army.
our best.
Nick Carey saying, sorry about the negativity on the earlier stream. I think it's all right, my man. I look forward to these more than the games. I'm expecting another lackluster, disjointed game. Come on, you Spurs. Hey, Nick, we're happy to have you with us as always. And thanks for supporting the channel, my friend.
I don't want anyone to apologize for negativity. We've lost 20 games this season. I fully understand why people are on the negative side of the thought
They're on
process.
edge.
It's not like you've just gone there and winning games. There's evidence to be on that side. So don't apologize to us for that. We fully understand it. May not agree with it all the time, but you don't need to apologize because we fully understand it, my man.
100%. Big up to you, Nick Carey. And Shemi Tan, maybe get some kebab orders in this
Shemi.
Sunday night. Big up to you, Shem Tan. Saying need a big
Shem.
performance today to show us that they haven't given up on the
Yeah.
league. Fair play, Shem Tan. That's actually, a decent point there. Drew Zilla, how are you, sir? Looked like you were on the pre-match build-up
Drewski.
earlier. Big up to you, my friend. How are you? We also have Vin Fuego. Great name. K32, you
Fuego.
absolute legend. K32. Hello, David Jack.
Big up K32.
The attitude of the players is vital today. We need a performance. Absolute legend. Derek Hutchinson's in with us as well. Iceman saying glasses are needed, Jack. Yeah, actually, clearly, because when I'm looking at it on the stream sort of software, the lineup for me is actually quite small, but usually then I have a little side picture of it, and I lost that side picture, so it did definitely expose, my 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 poor vision at this moment of time. Big up to you, Ice fan. That's very funny. It made me chuckle when I saw you put that in. Spurs Diehards is in here as well, but big up to Adrian. And then Dark Sun G. Sorry, everybody. We do have to move quickly. Only a few more minutes until kickoff here, so do sync up with us. He's saying, come on, you Spurs. We need to rest our best 11 as much as we can. Well, I think we've achieved that to a degree here, Dark Sun G, right? I mean, Romero, personally, in my predicted lineup, I said I think he just needs as many minutes of football as he can, before we go into these massive games. And then, guys like Mickey Van de Ven, personally, his hamstrings are worth 40 million pounds alone. So I think you just have to rest him for the non-important games. And then you have guys like, Solanke maybe probably deserves some rest. I don't know if he necessarily needs to start today, but I don't know. Like, I'm pretty... Just the fact that I predicted this lineup, Dark Sun G, I don't really have a whole host of surprises. I see Johnny in the stands in the coverage there next to his son, by the way. That's hilarious.
Come on, Johnny.
Dark Sun G, you're probably right that maybe we could be resting, maybe a bit more players. I don't know maybe what you're trying to suggest here. I think, you're probably relatively happy, with the lineups. Plenty of guys are being rested while some aren't. It's it's a mixed bag for me. I'm not really gonna.
I think he's delighted. I think that's why.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, maybe I'm misreading it. Yeah,
that we need to do it. Look, I'll be honest. I'm surprised we didn't go further. I can understand the Madison one. You sort of alluded to it during the week, Jack. I think you made a poignant point, if that's the right word. I've swallowed the Collins dictionary. But about James Madison. Without Kulusevski, you need that creativity from midfield. So when you made that point, I was always expecting him to start. I'll be honest. I'm surprised Solanke starting. Surprised Johnson starting. I thought he would have gone a little bit more, to be honest. I see some people today saying they're disappointed with the lineup. I was like, well, we all expected changes. To be honest, I expected a lot more. So, probably, look, but at the end of the day, we've got a lot of key players rested for Thursday night, which is absolutely crucial. And the ones that are on today will probably come off after around 60 minutes, I would argue anyway. So, I think everyone will get a good rest.
And some great comments in here. Yeah, Dark Sun G, you're probably actually pretty satisfied, I imagine, with the lineup. Plenty of guys are being rested. Drusilla saying, breaking news, boys. The mole has pulled a hamstring. Oh, no. We need as many backup moles then as we can, Drusilla. As many backup moles as we can. I love Ben Davies saying, Ben Davies forever. Pick up to you, my friend. Dark Sun G saying, what I've seen from Mooney Wolves are adjusting to the Premier League.
Molineux. Yeah. I struggle with that pronunciation. I struggle with it.
I don't even know who he is, actually. I haven't watched too much of Wolves at all this
season.
Playing
in one of the front three today. If I'm correct with Boomgard or whatever you want to call him, Bumgard. So he's playing in the front three with them today. But I think Zach Sunji is maybe alluding to that he's taking time to adjust to the Premier League, which is hopefully something we capitalize on today.
Yeah, let's hope so. Bellegarde is, the other one. I don't rate him. I don't rate him at all. But of course, when I say that, he'll probably score against us. It's usually the typical Tottenham curse. Jorgen Strand Larsen, I think, is just big man up front. He's been quite good for them. For their standards, you would say. A team like Wolves. So he's definitely probably the danger man in that forward line. But then the one guy who I do actually like in this Wolves team is Ryan Ait-Nouri, and I've made no secret of that. He's someone who I do think is a very, very skillful player. But without having Mateusz Cunha in that team, I think, and Wang Hee-chan, Dark Sun G, I think they are a very weakened lineup. I think they are a very weakened lineup. So let's hope we can take advantage of that today, my friend. Shawnee Maddox is saying clearly Mikey Moore is the mole, and that's why Ange hates him. Everybody's getting out with their mole speculations. Fat Tony's in the house as well. Future's bright, future slowly white. Big up to you, my friend.
Big up
Illmatic
everyone.
is in here as well. And then John, very appreciative. Thank you,
Johnny.
sir. Saying cheers, lads. Hoping for a win to get the good vibes flowing for Thursday. Props to Jack for getting up at the butt crack of dawn to partner with Dave and talking us through the Spurs madness. Let's effing go. John, that's very, very kind of you, my friend. And also, I appreciate you liking all my posts usually on, nowadays my Twitter is just me just posting various, what I'd like to think, pretty pictures of Seattle. And John, you've been very, very kind to me on those.
Or your runs proving that you have more stamina than Johnson.
Yeah.
The other ones.
That's my other agenda. That's my other agenda on Twitter. That's pretty much what it's being reserved for. It's not really that interesting, but feel free to follow me. But John, you've been very, very kind to me. And also I do appreciate you saying that. I've gotten up at crazier times, believe it or not. So this one isn't as bad. And I did get some rest, last night as well, So sometimes I'll be honest, maybe I've gone out, the night before and then, I'm waking up, at crazy time to get up with Dave. But this time got a little bit more rest, had good meal beforehand, and I'm feeling a little bit, more refreshed, for this game. And Thursday, I'm looking forward to that one because I don't have to get up early at all. I get to enjoy a nice morning, get to have a nice coffee, get to meet up with Kaylee Davis and, have a donut and a coffee there. So appreciate that, John. And it's very, very generous of you, by the way, my friend.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I swear, just quickly, I know we're about to get going, but
yeah.
I don't think people understand sometimes how hard it can be in the morning. You just sort of gather your thoughts and, all that sort of stuff and have these conversations. Sometimes for me, it's sensory overload. So absolutely credit to Jack, some of the hours this guy gets up to do some of the stuff. And especially if, people are off doing stuff for the pre-match build-up. And then I'm like, Jack, I know it's like 4 a.m., but I need you. So fair play to him. I love fair play, John. Thanks for recognizing that.
If anything, John, you guys are the first people that I speak to in the morning. So you get the most raw version of myself. That's for sure. Big up to you, John. Very, very kind. Big Mike as well. Good to see you, Big Mike. How are you, sir? Cypress Spurs is in here. Woodsy Hotspur. Big up to Woodsy. Thanks for sending in that fan cam, by the way, my friend. Good to see you in the house. Mary W. Good to see you, Mary W. Absolute legend. Big Mike, also member for 25 months. Didn't even see this. Big up, Big Mike. Yo, big up, Dave and Jack. Let's hope we can step up and perform today. 2 years of support. Thank you so much, Mr. Big Mike. Yeah, man, I'm just looking to get a win today, really. It's just simple, man. It'd be nice to see us get a win, especially against a team that we don't really have any good record against. So there is something maybe to take from that there. So simple as just get a win today of any kind, and I'll be happy and I'll be delighted. Big up to you, my friend.
I don't care how it happens, Jack. Just get a win, 3 points. Let me go and enjoy my Sunday.
Yeah, exactly right. That's how I sort of feel about it as well. Good to see you, my man. So many good people in the house in here, and so we really do appreciate it. Like I said earlier, thanks for picking us as our watch along as your watch along destination, and just hopefully get a win today and see if we can beat this this Wolves team that we never seem to have any luck against. So let's see if we can turn that around, and opportunity for these guys again to get some confidence ahead of Thursday. Good little palate cleanser for us Spurs fans. Yeah,
we're kicked off, everybody. Ready to go. Big game today. Hopefully we can do you know what? It'd be nice to see some of these backup players come in and maybe prove a point, actually put themselves in their head for the team selection on Thursday. I think, there's a good opportunity for some players to do that. At least give the manager, some food for thought. Here we go. Papamatosaurus T-Rex chasing after one of their players already. Oh, he's made brilliant from Papamatosaurus Rex. That's quite ref. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. I mean, how many? That's from last Thursday night where, the referee let all those go. And then the first challenge tonight and the referee's already given a foul for it. You just can't get any consistency. Chem Mehmet, good to see you, Chem Mehmet. How are you, sir? AK
Big up everybody, by the way. Big up everybody. There's people that we've missed, with, the conversation and the game coming around. So big up everybody tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Daxon G also says the only pinch of salt is no Korean derby today, Jacko.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a weakened lineup, personally, Darkson G. No Cunha, no Wang Hee-chan, and no Sonny. So it's just no Korean spectacle at all, to enjoy. That's for sure. It is a little disappointing. It was always, and I felt like Wang Hee-chan usually played well against us. I'm glad he's not on the playing in the starting lineup. So there is that to look at, Dark Sun G, for sure. But man, it is a little disappointment maybe for the neutral.
I just wonder by looking at, oh, well done, Vicario. Oh, no, back out. Oh,
Oh
1-0 down already. You can't fucking write it. We
Brian
are.
Itinerary as well. Fucking hell.
Oh, my God. We are fucking atrocious. You just cannot write it. You just can't. Oh, my Lord. We are so shit at starting games of football.
How many times this season have we conceded this early? I mean, it's
Oh,
like
Lord.
I feel like it's happened more times than not this year. We've conceded this early in a game.
Vicario's moaning about being under pressure on the punch. You know, the save, it's the volley that's come back in. You know,
I don't think the initial save is that poor. I'm surprised he just doesn't get to the follow-up. It didn't look like that great of a shot.
Fuck me. We love conceding an early goal. We fucking relish it.
It just didn't look like that great of a shot. Yeah, he punches it away. First time. Ben Davies gets in his own way.
Davies,
that's what it is. Ben Davies gets in the way there. It's pretty pathetic from Vicario, if you ask me, on the follow-up save. It doesn't look like that convincing of a dive. It's not that great of a hit. He does do well by hitting it straight away. He does do well to hit it straight away. But Ben Davies is the one that looks like he gets in his way.
We'll be lucky if this is ruled out.
We'll
be very lucky. To Dark Song G's second super chat, Anthony Taylor's in charge. Hopefully, he helps us today, Dark Song G. It looks like we're going to fucking need it. What is the story with these slow starts, though, Jack? Honestly,
Dave, how many times have we conceded inside 5 minutes?
So Brentford done it to us.
Not even 5 minutes. How many times have we conceded inside like 1 minute, 2 minutes? 1 minute, 2 minutes. We conceded so early in games, so many times now. Oh,
they're looking for an offside?
Yeah, number 5. Yeah, number 5 there.
He wasn't interfering with play, though.
Yeah, but he is
unless he had a tug on Vicario, he wasn't really interfering with play. It's going to be given. It'll be given.
I mean, Dave, though, like to the actual goal, I guess we'll analyze it here.
It's just shocking. He's going to give it. Yeah, it's given. He's explaining the decision.
I mean, Dave, I think it's more Vicario, but Ben Davies is literally in his way.
But it's just a lack of readiness in general from everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that they just pick up the ball straight away, run down our right-hand side and draw a free kick, and then they not only that, deliver a free kick, and then they get a free shot on the edge of the box after clearing it. I mean, it's just a lack of readiness from everyone. But look, that's just piss poor from Vicario. I mean, look, first of all, if you're going to punch that, make sure you punch it out further than the edge of the box.
True.
You know what I mean? And second of all, you're looking for every excuse and protection there from the referee. It's just, no, I'm not having it. It's just poor.
And then Darkson G, like you mentioned, did say with the super chat, thank you, Darkson G, very, very kind to us today, as well as John, saying, I just saw the ref is Anthony Taylor. He is the worst. Yeah, him or what's the other one? The one that is terrible against us. In the North London Derby, who made the shocking decisions. Dave, I know, doesn't like him. Dark haired, Tierney or something.
No. The idiot that ref the North London Derby there when I was over there. What's his fucking name? Do you know what? I can't remember.
Yeah, why can't we think today?
Sorry, I'm bamboozled. I've still got the goal running around in my mind. I'm just thinking that, oh my God, Vicario. Oh my God, Vicario. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Oh my fucking God, this is atrocious from Vicario. Absolutely atrocious. We are so lucky we are not 2-0 down. Don't put your hand up apologising. Start fucking doing better. We better not get railroaded by Wolves today. We fucking better not. That is shocking from Vicario. Honestly, I'm so bamboozled with these slow starts running around my head. What's that?
First time what is that? Man? What are you first timing it for? What are you first timing it for, lad? Holy shit.
Fucking go and get Kinski warmed up. If he does one more, get Kinski on. I'm not having it.
Jesus, man.
All you're doing is making everyone else around you nervous. Well done, Dom Solanke. On to Tell. He's got to be direct today. He's got to prove a point. It's a good ball in. Sar. It's blocked. Tell. Well done. Does well to dig that out. Basuma as well. Romero. On to Gray. onto Johnson. That's overhit, man.
And he
It's a
didn't
good
need
ball.
to, and he could have crossed it himself. I'd argue he didn't
Even
need
the
to play
pass is
Gray.
overhit, though. You know what I mean? It's a good cross from Gray, though.
Let us know in
Oh,
the chat,
man.
though. Is it more on Vicario or is it more on Ben Davies? I think it's more on Vicario personally, but you could argue Ben Davies is in his way.
Yeah, but Ben Davies doing the right thing, being on the line, you know, trying to
Well,
look. Ben Davies could have
make
maybe,
any effort to clear it.
yeah, exactly. Like Ben Davies could have maybe tried and spring himself across. I do get you, but it just starts with Vicario not being able to deal with it. You know, how many times have we seen him not being able to do with set pieces? You know, it was a common theme last season. Let's not forget.
Yeah, but let me know, everybody. I struggled to. I think it was on
It's
Vic.
everyone. Everyone was switched off. Everyone was
Yeah.
lazy. You know, even going out to block the volley, there was no effort. There was no one throwing their body on the line.
Oh
to
my
block
gosh,
it, you know?
Basuma, touch of a truck, man. Every
And we're
game now,
exposed there again.
and he's just taking that guy off of the ball, man. Basuma.
He's already on the yellow. He's going to get a red, isn't he? He's going to get a red. He's just been booked. He's going to get a red.
Basuma,
Oh,
man.
guys,
Basuma is
it's going to be a long, long Sunday. This is going to be a long day.
Basuma is he's such a moron.
What is he even doing?
The first touch there, it's a crime against football. That first touch, it's just this dude is supposed to be a number he's supposed to be a technical deep lying midfielder, or even whatever position people think he's supposed to be good at. No midfielder should be having a touch like that. It's not even his worst touch of the season. That's the thing. He's had plenty of worse touches.
Midfield is where you need the tidiest of touches, Jack, because there's always going to be a body around you or a body waiting to intercept the bad touch. That's always been the case in centre midfield, which means your touch needs to be tight. His same with other players in the team. 10 yards up in the air, 5 yards to the left, 20 yards to the right. Oh, let's just hope we can regain some composure like we did Thursday night and play ourselves back into the game. Such a shit start. Oh, they're doubling up here on that. Oh, they're in behind again. Don't believe it. What's going on? Offside.
It's just, again, it's why you would argue, why is he playing Basuma in midfield when he could maybe give that opportunity to someone like Gray or someone who actually would have a good
shot
person.
window him. Not him.
That's what I said. No, that's what I said in the predicted lineup. That is what I said. He is going to shop window him, but would I have done that personally? No, I wouldn't give a shit. The guy's a liability. All right, Johnson is going to play very safe today, you can tell.
Let's just see if we can. All we can cling on to now is that we can recompose ourselves like we done Thursday. It's a big if.
I'll just distract myself with some people in the house. Madison, though, maybe an opportunity here.
That's a good ball. That's more like it. That's a good ball, stretching it. Johnson, not bad cross. Slanky! Blocked. Ortel.
Oh, that looked like it was headed in, or at least headed goal bound.
Looked like it was heading goal bound anyway, for sure.
Good hit.
It's a good spread of play there from Madison, though. Doesn't play the simple ball. He does well. He hits that well. He catches it. It's just good defending.
They're looking to spread it long, Wolves. They just keep pumping it long.
They're going to do that. They're going to pump it.
Which shop window, says Stevie Fraser? Poundland?
Honestly, yeah.
I actually made a joke. I think he'd be going to a club like Wolves. I wouldn't be surprised if he said it there.
I don't see Brighton coming back in for him.
I mean, he's actually probably below Brighton standards now all of a sudden. Andy English, Skunky Works, good to see you guys. Jose Sa also sketchy on the ball, though. Here we are. Johnson, get in there.
Well done. Ref, don't foul him. Don't be petulant.
Tyler's in the house. The Big T. How are you, sir?
Big up, Tyler.
K32. Leighton Evelyn, my favorite happy clapper.
Oh, Dark Song G says, I'm watching this calm because my focus is on Europa. No, look, don't get me wrong. Everyone's got one eye on Europa, but
I think we were calm, but I don't think we're expecting to concede inside.
We need to be winning games. Like, we can't keep losing games. Like, you know, if we can't handle the Wolves atmosphere today, what hope have we got against Frankfurt on Thursday?
I don't even know if it's atmosphere related. It's just, it is a bit.
Thursday,
the frustration really is, man. Like, how do we keep conceding inside? How many times now has it been? I know you are the guy that
he has the stats for.
Yeah, usually
sure.
You're a guy who has, that sort of stat on him. But how many times, man, have we conceded inside? Not even like first 10 minutes, like first 3 minutes. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, even an under 21s team, an under 18s team could probably play against Wolves and get away with not conceding.
If that was your if that was your local Sunday League team, you go mad, Jack. Let alone it be a Premier League team. You know, like these are the things. Like when there's common themes happening, Where are the people to stand up and go, right, we have to nip that in the bud? You know what I mean? It's just, it's mind-boggling. Like, we had a conversation about our slow starts and, this week and, about our waveform and that, and it's just so bad, man.
It's a good switch of play there. They are
Getting
really
a lot
going
of
for the
space
long
down.
ball. They're going for the long ball every time against us here, everybody. And then just good service
Oh,
into the
no.
penalty area to Strand Larson there.
And even their balls, even their crosses into the box are quality enough as well, actually, to be fair to them.
And, to be fair, it's sketchy to see Ben Davies on Strand Larson because he looks tiny in comparison to Strand Larson. Looks absolutely tiny.
Like, the thing is, there was always going to be a little bit of case of, trying to find cohesiveness. But the last thing you want to do is concede so early in the game. You know what I mean? It's like we done that against Frankfurt the other day. How many minutes in we conceded, and you just completely suck the joy and the goodwill behind you by doing that, and then it just makes the job harder. Again,
Basuma, man, but this is.
Oh my god!
I trust me, Dark G. I'm going to try to calm down, but it's just so annoying to see the same repetitive things, with Spurs here. That was not a confident pass to Vicario, though. Well done, Slanky, again.
Oh, you done the right thing. Play him.
There you go.
Not behind him. Not fucking behind him, you donkey. In front of him, Solanke. Good ball by Tal. Back to Solanke. Get turned. Goes for cheeky back in. Unlucky. I don't mind that. Madison was running in behind.
Tell's had a very bright start.
It's just that pass from Dominic Solanke. He just put it in. Like, why is it behind him? He put it in between the centre back and their full back, and he's in behind. Why has he gone in behind him or even tried to get it to his feet? Put it in for him to run onto.
Joracle, good to see you, Jory. Thanks for joining us, Spurs. The Spur Crow as well.
How you doing this season, Jory? How are you keeping, my man?
And then Naughty Paperclip. Good to see you, Naughty Paperclip. But yeah, Jory, good to see you, man. Long time no see.
Yeah, great to see you, Jory.
He's saying Woolwich might win the Champions League, but they don't have Dave and Jack. Big up, boys. Thank you, Jory.
But they ain't win the Champions League. To tell you, PSG will deal with them in the next round. And I'm still not writing off Madrid yet, Jory. I am still not writing off Madrid.
Yeah, can't ever write off Madrid.
Where have you been, though, this season, Jory? You've kept a very low profile this year, my man. Probably off making movies and that, were you? All right, let's just calm it down now. Someone just get your foot on the ball and just relax a little now. Just try and find a foothold in this game. Come on. Davies. Onto Romero. Bissouma.
But yeah, Dark Sun G, I'll try to calm down, but it's just frustrating, man. Appreciate the sport, though, today, by the way. Really do.
Oh, my Lord, Johnson. It's a simple return pass. It's just a
yeah,
simple...
I'm not confident by the starts by Bissouma and Johnson this game.
So many passes are just undercooked, honestly, and they're not even difficult passes. They're like 10 yards away from each other. Like, that's the thing. It just blows my mind at times.
Well, Bissouma's case, like, he needs to have a good first touch before he can even have a good pass. That's the scary thing.
I need some sugar. I need a Sour Patch Kid.
Tartan Spurs, good to see you.
Big up, Tartan.
Dave, first 10 minutes of game, says Drew. We've scored 5 and conceded 3. 11 to 20 minutes, scored 10, conceded 5. Not sure. I feel like it's the other way around.
I'd love to, if you have one on the last 15 minutes of halves inside the first half. I feel like we've conceded a lot of goals across all competitions in that one, Drew. I wonder, but look, I think we conceded one against Brentford at home earlier on in the season. Didn't we? We conceded inside the first minute. Frankfurt the other day, we conceded inside the first 10 minutes. Then this one today, like, it's just, it does happen and it's not good enough. Oh. And it seems to be that it's happening a lot more regularly the last 2 games, which is annoying. Ref, come on now. It's going to be another one of these days with the ref as well, is it? Wolves are just popping it around now. They're looking confident.
They're just going to keep going. Oh, they are looking up for this switch of play, though, every time.
Where's the press as well? Everyone's so late and so reactionary. Go on, Spence. Let's see what Spence can do. Oh, good one, too.
Well
good
done,
play,
Spence. See
Madison,
Johnson
great
back
position
post.
to pick up.
Get your head up, man.
Solanke.
Get your
Solanke's
head
right
up.
there as well. Just feed it into his
Plenty
path.
of options. I even saw Johnson at the back post. So many options.
Oh, that was a good breakaway.
Get your head up matters. He looked to take his man on. He just didn't need to.
That's a good challenge. Well done, Davies.
Druzilla saying 31 to 40 minutes, scored 3, conceded 8. So maybe Dave is more spot on in that regard. Maybe I've
been on. You hear me every 10 minutes. The last few watch-alongs. This is the period we concede a lot.
41 to 50 minutes, scored 6, conceded 9. That's very telling. Yeah, maybe I have a bit more recency bias where the other one is more concerning. You're probably right, Drew.
Yeah. No wonder why Drew's computer's crashing everywhere. He's loaded with ammunition.
Yeah, it's almost like a human chat GPT. Well done, Drew.
He's getting itchy. What the fuck? There we are.
And Davis.
Should have went for a cheeky one there to keep his way off his line. Romero. Come on, let's get ourselves back in this game.
Well done, Jed.
It's unbelievable play.
Sir.
On to Madison. Madison whips it in.
Overhit.
All right, 1 second. Do it.
Slanky was in a good area there. Madison just overhit it. It was good play there by Jet Spence. Matisse Tell, I believe, was showing for it. But he gave it to Spence, and Spence did really well. Johnson, you're offside, you plonk.
Oh. Ian Cook, member for 37 months. Big up, Ian. Really appreciate the support, my man. Says, hi, guys. Typical Spurs start, really. Thinking about watching the Oxford and Cambridge men's boat race. But keep up the good work, guys. Honestly, probably get more enjoyment out of it on a Sunday, lad, to be honest.
That's classy. You're a man of culture, Ian. You're a man of culture. 37 months. Thank you so much, by the way.
Did you ever watch that film, Men in a Boat? Absolutely brilliant, actually. Ian Cook, if we're talking about boat racing. Men in a Boat. Brilliant film. Go on, tell us.
Thank you so much, Ian. That's hilarious. But 37 months, man. Elite member as well. Very, very kind, sir. You're a man of culture, I could tell. Matisse Tell, great run. A great ball from Jet
That's
Spence.
exactly the sort of ball we need. In behind for him to run onto. Not always 2 feet. That's better. Hopefully, you can just regain composure a little bit. Create something in the next 10, 15 minutes. Grab a goal.
I do think it's almost like you need a separate sport sometimes as a Spurs fan. You really do. Just another sport just to take your mind off of it. No better time to learn how to play golf.
Well, my local Gaelic football team had a cracking game yesterday, Jack. We're into the provincial semi-final, which is good. Absolutely buzzing. Then a game across the road there yesterday. I think it was a sellout, full capacity.
And then Dark Sun G, sorry, I might have missed that one, saying Bergvall is better than Winks and Skip. 19th place Leicester. Listen, man, like it's petty of me at times, Dark Sun G, but sometimes when people sort of will say, oh, like, we got to get rid of Pamatasar, and things like that. It's like, geez, how many times did I hear that we have to keep Winks and Skip around?
Yeah, I know. It's
what sort of stand, like, what? It just seems like, 2 different standards.
Come on, Madison.
But again, it's just me being petty, Dark Sun G. But I think, Dave and I have been well proven right. The fact that Leicester are seriously that shocking. And, they spent all their money on Winks and Skip.
They spent their money because they had no presence in midfield to bring in presence in midfield and still have no presence in midfield.
I'm not even sure if Winks is getting too much playing time either.
Oh, good play back there. Saris. Oh.
Matisse Tell has been very bright.
Basuma! Stings the goalkeeper's glove there.
He had a banger before earlier on this season. No movement for Matisse Tell there. I'm happy with that from Basuma. I'd like to see that.
It's better. Good play. Get it out of your feet. Who was that? Romero. He slows it right down there. Good ball, though, Madison. Good pass. Wolves getting the press on here, and it's working, you know. Forcing us backwards. We're struggling to play out, yeah.
See, that's a situation there where Spurs are just continuing to try to play it short, keep it on the ground. Like, just get it long. Send it long.
Yeah.
Because Wolves all of a sudden were pressing everyone there. They were pressing us all the way back to our goalkeeper. Catch them out. Catch them out with ball over the top. Catch them out with
having a target, right?
But it's clearly the instructions though from
to
refuse for us to, he refuses to ever play it long. And here we are. We played it long here.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You know, like the whole idea, when you're playing out from the back and you're buying a big guy like Dom Solanke, oh my lord, is to have that option. So that if you are being pressed and it's not working, to go long. You know what I mean? That's what he's there for.
Okay, the same foul just happened to Solanke there. And then finally, oh my God. Solanke maybe also just needs to learn to dive.
They're playing us at our own pressing game and they're getting so much joy out of it.
See, he's just gotten thrown to the side there. And then he got to go down there. Yeesh, if that ball was better.
Yeah. Oh, please. Come on,
certain players, though, have been playing well. Jet Spence, and I'd say
great ball.
Look good.
Got Ben Davies. That's bloody brilliant. Onto Johnson. Can't get it on.
Oh, my gosh. First touches today. It's a real sign of the good player sometimes, the first touch. And Jesus.
Yeah.
Matisse Tell, though, I will say, I'm liking the start from him. We need to get it out wide to him.
Yeah.
Just let Johnson not touch it. Let him just roll at the back post. Oh, my gosh. Romero.
We are so far off it.
It's just, we really do struggle to complete passes. Oh, my gosh.
We are
seriously.
so far off it. We are useless so far. What is it, 23 minutes in? We're bloody fucking useless right now. Tyler, oh my God, Johnson, I can't handle this right now. We need a whole new 11 in the summer.
Well done, Gray. There you go, Sar. Johnson,
please. Oh, well done. Go on, Solanke. Burn him.
There you go.
Win that for a free kick.
Nowhere to go.
That's ours. He does enough. I'd almost just love to see him put the ball by him and just fucking use his strength running by him,
I think again, maybe power. First touch let him down there.
Big guy. Use it to your advantage.
They all caught up with him.
Kulusevski does well. He uses his body well.
Yeah, they all caught up with him.
There's two good passes together. Let's see if we can make a third. Brilliant. Here we go. Spence hesitant. On to Archie Gray. Archie Gray towards the back post. Matisse Tell. Great take. Great fucking take. That one's come over his shoulder and he's managed to take it down. Madison. Into Spence. Wolves just sitting all 11 men behind the ball right now, making themselves nice and compact. Johnson on the overlap to Archie Gray. Again, it's overhit. It's overhit for Archie Gray. Can we just take a little bit off it? Well done, Gray. Well done, Gray. Even a simple pass like that where you're just playing it into his part is overhit. It's mind-boggling. Oh, fuck me. Even that's behind Madison. Come on. Can we just wake up? Every pass is going nowhere near where it's supposed to.
See Tell, he's dropped deep here. See Tell. All of the top for Solanke. There you go, Solanke.
Well done,
what is he giving there? Offside? Who was offside, or is he giving a foul?
Maybe he's getting a free kick.
What is he giving a foul for? Oh, seriously, ref. Seriously, ref.
Soft, but it is in the back. It is soft, though. It's very soft, that. He barely touched them.
I mean, what's he supposed to do? Not challenge him?
Fucking hell.
That didn't look intentional.
Oh, my God, lad. Honestly, it's like we've turned up and we're watching an under-8 side in development. Honestly, it's disgraceful.
All over the top to
And he's
Tell.
on.
Well done,
And he's
Tell.
on. It's a great run by Tal. Well done, Tal. Good composure. Composure like offside? Yeah. Oh, that's much better from Matisse Tal, though, down that side. Much better. He's becoming a bit of a problem now.
I'd say keep feeding it to him. He's looking bright.
Yeah.
And the Jet Spence.
It's a great ball.
I have to shove this donut down my throat here, everybody, to
calm
me down.
Yeah, Solanke's offside. For fuck. How
are you
How?
offside
He's
there?
got one job. He's got one job when the ball's out there. Stay onside. How's he off? It's unbelievable. I wouldn't even see this in an under-9s game. Yet again, another Sunday fucking wasted and down the drain. Fuck me. People saying this is Tell's game. He's looking good today.
I look very good.
He slipped, ref. He's fucking slipped. Well done. Good decision. Gray goes over the top for Johnson. Can he get there? Was defenders across. Johnson harassing him, though. This is good. Well done, Johnson. Don't foul him. Don't. Why
That's the
would you
stupidest
do
foul, dude.
I just don't get it.
Foul.
Why do all that running and all that chasing then just to rip him down and give away a free kick?
You've let them out under pressure. You've literally given them.
You've done your job. You've put them under
release
pressure.
Of the pressure. God, man. You absolute plonk.
Oh, he done all the right things there and then just waste it by pushing them to the ground. What's the point of putting in that effort? It's another long ball. Romero deals with it this time. Bissouma can't even find Archie Gray. He's right beside him. Oh. Come on, get after it. It's another ball over the top. Archie Gray takes no risks. It's blocked down, though. Kept alive. 8 Nori. Please get pressure on Matt Doherty. The guy is fucking useless in possession. Please. Oh, my, please. He's come from an offside position, surely. Yeah. How are we not getting more pressure on Doherty in possession as well, by the way? I'm not testing him more. He is an absolute liability, Matt Doherty. Archie Gray. Johnson back to Bissouma. They're just waiting for that pass to Davies to go and press it. He does well on to Archie Gray. Come on, start making an option for him there. Bissouma, good play. On to Spence. Spence doing over this side.
Spence is doing the work of our right winger.
What's he doing? He's our left back. What's he doing there?
I think he's trying to just help out and do something just to help the team.
Well done, Madison. Don't you dare, ref. That's shoulder to shoulder. No, shoulder to shoulder, yeah. Well done, ref. Vicario's going way outside his box for this one. Just make sure you complete your pass. Onto Romero. Onto Archie Gray. Give it into Madison now. Too late. Well done, Gray. Oh, as soon as you give them any little bit of praise, we give it away. Throw into Tottenham. Michael G. Kelly says Doherty has limited ability, but he is a trier. Some of our clowns can learn a thing or two from him. The fact we're making Matt Doherty look good is concerning.
Good ball
That's a
from
good ball.
Johnson. Madison,
Oh,
good
great Madison.
touch.
Unbelievable. Unlucky.
Why you letting that go
Unbelievable
across?
feat in that situation.
Good ball from Johnson as well. Oh, it's nice to have that donut so I could just shut up for a couple of minutes with this team.
Sar, can you
should not be going backwards there, lad.
No, all you're doing is allowing them to go and press us. We got to start being braver and playing forward, man, because we're just playing ourselves into trouble. We are not good enough to play through them. We're just not.
And
That's
also,
what we're relying on.
we go long there, which was too late. You know, we should be going long earlier.
But in order to avoid that press, once you've already sort of played through it, why like Sar there, turning back into it, passing it back to Vicario, means they're just inviting the press again. He needs to get turned. He's a fucking midfielder at the end of the day, not a centre back. He's a midfielder. He needs to get turned and fucking play forward. It's just shit. You're just putting us under more pressure by keep going backwards. We already proved we can't handle the press. So turn and get playing forward. That's what you're to do as a midfielder. It's your whole job.
Okay, why are we laughing, Matters? Okay, Johnson is just going to go inside every single time. You're watching like PSG, Kavicha, Barcola, Doué. They take on their man literally every time. Just refuses to do it. Jed. Just keep giving it down to Matisse Tell on Jed's side, please. It's the only bit of bright spots we're seeing.
He's off, is he? No, he's not.
Well done, Matters. Top of the box to the star man.
Blocked.
And Davies with the clearance.
Well done. Good header. Now play forward.
Romero, get rid of it.
But at least fucking Madison's trying today, Can't be said for some others. That's it, Madison. He knows where the danger is. Well done. I'm going to blow. I need a minute. I'm going to blow. I'm going to blow. I need a minute.
So it's turgid. I agree. We are Spurs TV. It really is turgid. Ipswich 2-0 up at Chelsea. That's fair. That's cool. Tyler saying, what type of donut? I go for a plain donut. I sort of go for an old fashioned. No glaze, no nothing, just fried dough. I don't really care for the sugary extra bits. I do like an apple fritter, but that's about it. With apple fritters, I'm very picky. It can't be. It has to have a nice heart. Romero, man. It has to have a nice sort of hardness to it, crunchiness. I like a good crunchy donut, or crispness, or whatever you want to call it. And then Travis Kendall, love the name, by the way, Travis. You sound like it sounds like a baseball player's name, like you were a catcher or something. Madison, great turn.
Sounds like Travis Kelce, the NFL player.
Travis Kelce, yeah, Travis Kelce. Matisse Tell, maybe a little too much there.
Brilliant.
Sure.
Good endeavor.
Romero,
good ball,
great
Romero.
ball. Johnson!
Oh, on his left foot, unlucky. It's better. Much better.
But Travis Kendall, again, love the name. Love tuning in to hear Jack yell referee and Dave calling people effing donkeys. Come on, you Spurs. Hey,
I don't
man.
know whether he's being
That's been
sarcastic
the
or not.
theme this season. It's sadly been the theme. If only we could call them nicer things, but they haven't really given us too many chances to. And with
I
the
don't know.
referee, like, today the referee has sadly, not been, you know, the one we can blame. It's been nice, in games when we can't scream at the referee instead of always screaming at the players, but referee hasn't been that atrocious.
I don't know whether you're being sarcastic or not, Travis, but if you are, I would say we do more analysis than just that. But look, the referees have been atrocious this year against us. When your luck is down, decisions tend to go against you a lot of times. But also, I just honestly, I just don't believe in the quality that we've got in the squad. I think we need another massive summer ahead, to be honest with you. I think there's a good nucleus to build off, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not convinced with a lot of some of the quality. Like you see it today, some of the touches. I mean, you're just looking at them do simple things. I could go down to my team that's playing in the Leinster League, and I can watch them take a good control and pass it to each other, and then I'm watching these guys there. They can't even decide who wants to fucking take the ball. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord. Why do we put ourselves through this?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, no.
don't tell me. Oh, my God,
Oh,
we are a
my
joke.
Lord.
We are absolutely disgraceful. Just when you think it can't get any worse. And this is why I call them donkeys. Do you know what I mean? For carry on flapping about there. Yeah, fucking again. The guy needs to learn a bit of composure when the ball's in the box. Please. He's just flapping around like a fucking fish. I'm going to start calling him salmon. Fuck me. He's flapping around everywhere. Flopping, flapping. Look at the coaching staff. They can't even believe what they're watching. Look, they're even going ballistic. Fuck me. Look at them. The disappointment written all over the bench's face on what's going on. That is shocking. I'm sorry. That is absolutely shocking. It's just a simple ball in the box.
Cross takes a massive deflection, and then just so poor from there from Vicario.
Vicario flapping around, though, man. Just hold on to it.
Just catch it.
Why does everything have to be pushed away? Why can't he just catch that? Or put... Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. Honestly, this is shocking. This is the worst I've ever seen. This is a relegation performance.
Davies
this is a relegation performance. I've seen relegated teams put in better effort than this. This is fucking atrocious. They can all fucking go this summer. Ange and the fucking players, the whole lot of them, get them all fucking gone. I'm sick of this. This is relegation.
What is Ben Davies even throwing his arms up at? Before the ball has even gone in the net, he's throwing his arms up.
Oh, don't shake your head to carry on. Don't fucking shake your head. Learn to catch a ball. Like my whole sport around over here, the local sport, Gaelic football, it's about catching a ball. You watch 15 players on the weekend being able to fucking catch a ball, and this guy's flapping around like he's fucking got like fucking oil on his hands. It's disgraceful. Honestly, it's disgraceful. Having hands is a waste on him when he's flapping around like that. That's him off the list to take over captaincy. He can scream and shout and do all that he wants. If he can't fucking show composure and catch a ball, he's not getting it.
Especially in the beginning of games, he's not been...
Like you would argue, it's his fault we're 2-0 down. It's his fault. 2 goals are his fault.
Basuma, just go backwards.
Bring back that game Flappy Birds and put Vicario on the screen.
Artist T, good to see you. Ian Ferguson, good to see you. DJ AK, 11 donuts on the pitch at the moment, says DJ AK. Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh, this has been just it's been a pain to the eyes watching this.
If this gets to 4, we're turning it off, Jack, and I'm just going about my day. I'm not even messing today. We're turning it off at 4 now. I'm not doing this today. I'm not sitting here having another 4 or 5.
This is a weakened team. This is a weakened Wolves team. They don't even
too
have
early
Cunha.
on a Sunday to be this angry.
Wang Hee-chan and Cunha are on the bench.
The best players are on the bench, exactly. Oh my Lord! I don't even want to see
dude. That's awful. Again, why is Ben Davies just throwing his arms up instead of defending? Dude, defend.
Look at the reaction here on the bench here. Look, even they can't believe what they're saying. They're just...
Oh, a hand leaves the pocket.
or even take a pity on
Nice
us
to
now.
see that Ange does have hands though himself, because they stay in his pockets for fucking 90 minutes when we're 2-0 down.
Fucking atrocious.
Ugh.
Get them all gone.
We're so
Everybody.
bad. Oh, we're so bad. Raktos Madness, good to see you, Alan, saying hi, Jack and Dave from the Bahamas. Have trouble streaming the game, but it sounds like I'm not missing anything.
You're not missing a thing, honestly.
You're missing
so
an opportunity
lucky.
to make your eyes hurt, that's for sure, Alan. If you enjoy,
He's getting
a
to
bit of
sit
eye
there,
pain.
palm trees, blue waters,
Beautiful family to hang around with.
You know what I mean? And we're left sitting here watching this crap. It's not fair. I need a trip to Bahamas. Just to get away. I really need a holiday. This is just pissing me off. You see, I'm gonna blow.
It's the Benny Hill show, says George Kadaris, literally.
Yeah. Honestly, may as well put, you know what, we've got so many other attractions, why not turn us into a circus as well? Some of them already argue we are, but why not turn it into Tottenham Circus? Go on, flap this one, I dare you, idiot.
Future's bright, future slowly white, saying, Dave, if it weren't for this bottom three, we would be relegated this season, literally.
Honestly,
and we are,
yeah.
we've lost to the relegated teams, more than we beat them. That's the scary thing. I know Artist T mentioned that, we've actually lost to them. Assuming his touch there is just, again, it's just holy nuts.
He also needs to come off at halftime. I'm sick of watching him turn backwards. Unlucky Madison.
For a team that tries to play a million triangles, we can't even complete more than 3 passes sometimes to each other. That's the amazing thing. Again,
it's a total
how about we
embarrassment.
just simplify it sometimes? Since we can't even complete 3 or 4 passes, might as well just simplify it.
I'd rather than just take the cockerel off the jersey at this rate and just let them go out and play that, because they don't represent this football club whatsoever. It's absolutely atrocious. They've played worse than I've seen relegation teams play today. They could barely string 2 passes together. They make football look fucking like rocket science. We could barely beat a man. Could barely, have any cohesiveness in the final third. Defensively, we're at 6s and 7s. There's an ocean there for people to go into. I'm just fed up with it all now. Just get me to Thursday so I know my destiny. That's all I want. Just get me to Thursday so I know what the destiny is of this football club, whether this is going to be prolonged or not. I just want to get to D-Day right now. I'm sick of it. Sunday fucking ruined. It's my niece's birthday tomorrow. I can't even go there happy now.
Good ball from Jet Spencer!
No, we won't get that. There's no way he's going to give that. Should be a penalty.
He's trampled him over. Madison, he's got to be stronger or that's a pen. He's behind him as well.
No, there's nowhere near enough on it. Unless he's made contact with Madison's foot. Let's have a look here. Oh, yeah.
He's not giving Madison any chance there. He's not.
Yeah, that's got to be a penalty. We don't deserve one, but he's
just not giving Madison any chance to touch it.
Maybe not.
We don't even get a replay. We don't even get any look on VAR whatsoever. Of course, what am I expecting? Haven't gotten any favors all season. We're definitely not getting one now. Spurs bench saying, thanks for keeping us sane this season, lads. Are you sure, Spurs bench? Probably driving you more insane, but maybe we're just doing the screaming and the shouting for you sometimes, or making you probably feel like you're not insane if you're kind of reacting the same way we are. But he's saying, Jack, I'm heading to New York in August. Any Spurs pubs? I no longer live in New York, but feel free to follow me on Twitter and stuff like that. Spurs bench, and I'd be happy to send you some recommendations. Also, Nick Lazy 8. Again, just follow me on Twitter and I can get you in touch with him and he would be able to give you some recommendations. In August, if you're going to be around in August for just a moment here.
My Lord.
If
they could finish, we'd be 5-0 down.
But Spurs bench, feel free to follow me on Twitter and then I can get you in touch with some good people to give you some good recommendations. And also, if you want to go to a Spurs pub, Flannery's is the one in Manhattan. And as per usual, I'll probably butcher the actual neighborhood in Manhattan. Also, again, I apologize for my voice, everybody. It's more yank and more boring than usual because I'm still kind of suffering from the same cold from earlier last week. Yeah, thank you, Spurs Bench. Really appreciate the support, by the way. And yeah, just follow me on Twitter, Jack_Kennedy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good ball from Sarr. Can we maybe get some type of bite back into this game? Solanke, please. Thank you. Out wide to tell. Sir, he just got taken off the ball there, ref. And he's gotten taken out again.
Yellow card, maybe?
2 times there, we gotten taken out.
Perhaps a yellow card. He's very quick to pick Basuma earlier on in the game.
I mean, Solanke got murdered off of the ball. And then here, he's also just gotten deliberately taken out. Thank you, Spurs Bench. And then Jerome saying that team can't get that team can get effed, can get fucked. So sick of those stupid mistakes all the effing time. Use the sponge breaks. Can't even do anything right. 20 defeats. I swear they have no pride at all. It's just a shocking team, really. Jerome.
The whole thing just isn't working. Everything.
Sometimes. First touch is shocking. Vicario's having an absolute nightmare. There's so little to be. I just don't like when people say, like, oh, just get behind the team, get positive. It's like, seriously, what are we even watching here? Is this even football?
No, we can't.
Are we watching the same sport? Like, that's what I'm wondering sometimes.
May as well we'd be watching netball, honestly. Honestly, we are lucky, Jack. This isn't at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, because if this was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, fans would have walked out after 30 minutes of this shit. They are fucking lucky this is away from home. Absolutely fucking lucky, because they would make no. If this was at home, there would be massive discontent shown at halftime as well, almost to the point where it's getting to boiling point. Look, at the end of the day, the whole thing's not working from top to bottom. Levy's not working. Lange and the recruitment team ain't working right now. The fucking Ange Postecoglou ain't working. I'm sorry, he's had more than enough time back with players back from injury to prove he can use the squad. This is a perfect example of it. If we want to be this club going forward, being in Europe, you have to prove you can demonstrate that you can manage Europe side by side with the league. Over the 2 years he's been here, he hasn't been able to. It's been one or the other, right? Last season he maintained the league, couldn't do it in the cups. This season we've gone decent enough in the cups, but can't maintain the league. But this is an absolute appalling. And then players as well, they also need to take accountability. We spoke about the away form heading into this, and we wonder why we can't win away from home, and we can't even execute the basics. You got Vicario 2 minutes in, taking too much risks on the ball. We're not quick enough to cop onto things. All they've done was put pressure on us. The guy's flapping around at everything that comes into the box because of how he started this game. Didn't start it right. Poor with the ball at his feet, which brings in nerves and it's transcended right through to absolutely everybody else. We can't. Our first touches are all over the place. Our passing is all over the place. It's behind people. It's too far ahead of people. It's straight back to Wolves. It is absolutely shocking. We look like the team that are sitting bottom of the league right now. We look worse than fucking Southampton. This is absolutely atrocious, and this just isn't working. It's just not working. I'm sorry. Just get this game over and done with. Get me to Thursday night, and just so I know my destiny. I'm getting to the point now where I either need to go and cry about what's going on at Tottenham, or I need to hit the top of a mountain where I can just scream and there's no one else around me. But I am getting to the point where I've fucking had enough. This is atrocious from absolutely everybody. Yes, them players need to take accountability, but also, I'd argue, you spoke about a few weeks ago, Jack, a bit of authority. Jose Mourinho out in Olympiacos when this shit was happening, hauled off fucking Eric Dyer beforehand, before it even got to halftime. We need to do, Ange needs to do something similar to that degree as well. I'm sorry, look, I wasn't expecting us to come here and turn up and be cohesive and play this sexy football. When you make changes, it's not going to happen. But the reality is, I didn't expect us to be this fucking piss poor. It's like everybody is just, on that football pitch, the management team, everybody. It's like they just don't care about the Premier League anymore. It's like they've just washed their hands with it. It's all on Thursday. But even last Thursday, we couldn't do enough to get online. I fucking had enough. It's just not working. And this is, honestly, get to the summer so that we can just make changes everywhere. It needs to fucking happen. I'm sick.
It's it's like that meme, Dave, where it's like, my expectations were low, but Jesus, holy fuck. It's just like
honestly, your expectations are low and they still managed to fucking fall below them.
They somehow fell below, it's like 30, it's like, the standards were at the basement and somehow they're 30 feet below even the basement. That is one of the worst first halves I think I've ever seen from us. And that is saying something this season. That is certainly saying something. Easily one of the worst first halves I've ever witnessed from this club. I'm not even sure if we're watching football here from this team. Genuinely, like, it is just hard to watch. It is just terrible all around. But Jerome, man, I think you're actually probably, being quite calm about this, really, to be fair, man. Everything you've said there. It's like I want a whole new 11, whole new manager, whole new owner, like everything. Just wipe it all clean, please, and let's just start over, because this is just shocking, man.
Just write this off. There's no coming back from the players. There's no coming back for the manager. There's no coming back for the recruitment team. It's just done. The whole thing is done. And this could get worse, by the way. I hope not. We can sit here and say we've got 45 minutes. We can come out fighting and stuff like that. The reality is, away from home, when we go down, I give up, because the stats prove it. Stats prove we don't have cojones. We don't have fucking bottle. We can't stand up and fight in these situations. Honestly, I'm just done with it. Nothing's working out at this club. This season is done. Yeah, we can go into Thursday night, but the reality is everyone's expecting us to lose Thursday night. If we can't handle Wolves away from home, who have been shocking this season, how the fuck do we expect to handle Frankfurt with European pedigree, have won that competition along with their fans, who are probably the noisiest in Germany? Seriously, it's fucking atrocious. There needs to be a realization in there. How dare they think they can pick and choose fucking games on where they perform? They've lost 20-odd games this season. You don't get the right to pick and choose what games you want to turn up and perform and what games you want to win. They speak about winning trophies. There has to be a realization you need to win every game. Not just pick and choose. That's not how you win trophies. You don't pick and choose what games you want to play and what games you want to win. It should be every fucking game. How dare they?
It's been absolutely shocking, Jerome. Artist T saying, we'll blame Ange the goal. Will Ange blame the goals on the mole? Are you guys not entertained? Question mark. Every week Ange looks like a buffoon for that quip. I understand the jokes like, oh, Ange is just looking for something to distract us with, with the mole. I think, fair play to him. I do think, he is right by saying the mole certainly isn't helping the situation. Like, why would you want to leak stuff like that out? You're not helping the team. What I will say, though, maybe just to slightly see things from your end, Artist T, I feel like a lot of teams have like a mole or someone that's like leaks information, like I know Manchester United, for plenty of years, there's all this sort of inside the dressing room kind of stuff, coming out, and plenty of things. And, it's not something that's that foreign, to a manager or that foreign to a club where, or unfamiliar, should I say, where, there's some, leaked info, leaked sort of information coming out. Like, it is part of football and it is part of sports, when things especially are going poorly. Usually, there ends up being, somebody that's going to start leaking some stuff, from the inside. But I don't know. I see from both ends, on that. But yeah, Ange right now, listen, man, like, this is just seriously somehow one of the worst performances I've seen, from this team. And that is just insane to say from 20 plus losses to pick from this year. This could look like one of the worst ones, just performance-wise. There's just no positives whatsoever from this performance.
None whatsoever, but we also have to take count, that these players ain't as good as we think they are either. They're just not. You look at that there today, we in order to compete across 4 competitions, you have to make rotations across the season. Anytime we make rotations, doesn't matter what manager, anytime we make rotations, we lose games of football. These players aren't as good either. Look, this whole thing is done. Ange is done. The players are done. Fucking recruitment team's done. Just get to the summer. Let's just fucking, try and plan the way forward from there. My God. But like you said, Jack, everyone's come into this with low expectations. And they still managed to make it.
My word.
It's unbelievable. Honestly, only Tottenham Hotspur can do this.
Yeah, it's amazing that they've somehow gotten even lower, from the expectations. Big up, Artist T, man. Like I said, good to see you with us. Big D saying, what have we become Thursday? to what have we become Thursday to this? It's a joke. I think he's kind of saying like,
From
after
Thursday
the
to this
performance,
performance.
yeah, from Thursday's performance, which was a great performance, to this one. It is just insane. The Big D. You just hope, man, they just turn up then the next Thursday and we can
It's
just,
clear that
yeah,
they just everyone only inside the club only cares about Europa League. That's clear. But
yeah,
then again, how can you be a winner if you're picking and choosing what games you want to win? It's
yeah,
absolutely atrocious to go from Thursday. It's clear that they can perform when they're motivated.
yeah,
They're not motivated by the Premier League games because they know they're not going to finish in the top half of the season. They know they're not going to get relegated.
yeah.
So they're picking and choosing when they want to perform. Not good enough from these players.
Thank you, Big D, by the way. Chopped Liver, great name, and also been very kind to us. Appreciate you, man. Saying if I were Levy, I would fire Ange at halftime. Bring in Harry for the game against Frankfurt
Mm-hmm.
if I wanted to salvage anything from this season. I think with the performance that we had Thursday night, man, I don't think that was on Ange. That was on the players for not giving us that win. It was the finishing, right? They just missed their chances, missed their opportunities. But, tonight, I would say no one really takes any, sort of, solace, or no one takes any, everybody's to blame, for tonight. It's just absolutely shocking from everybody all around. I would say maybe Jed Spence and to a degree Matisse Tell are like slightly better than the rest, but I'm not just going to make huge exceptions, for players. Everybody's just been shocking, just the team as a collective, the team as a whole. But listen, I see where you're coming from frustration wise with Ange and everything. If you've been far gone with Ange already, I'd understand, you wanting to be done now. But I think we all know he's going to be given that match on Thursday. But if it doesn't go well, listen, man, with the way this season has gone, I just don't see any reason for him to stay in charge any longer if we do get knocked out on Thursday night. Thank you, Chop Liver, though. But listen, man, I see your frustrations. I do hear them. Dark Sun G saying, bring on more Richie Kulu for match fitness and for Europa. Mikey Moore, at this point, it'd be nice to see Mikey Moore, play. I don't really care if we're throwing him into a bad situation. I just want to see something different. Just want to see someone play. And then with Richarlison, Solanke, I just don't think Solanke's just doing anything really to give us any sort of confidence of any kind. Like, so you might as well just give Richarlison some minutes, Dark Sun G, so that he can potentially line himself up for Thursday, to get some minutes. And Kulusevski probably needs to come on for match fitness as well. I would agree with all those decisions. I'd like to see all of them come in. Before we get into the next half and before I get to more of the comments, I do have to take a moment, though, to talk about NordVPN. Just want to say, everybody, if you'd like to be watching this, terrible performance with us, and if there is a blackout for you, if you are in the UK or someplace else, use a VPN. You can move yourself over to a different country, grab a cheaper streaming service. So technically you could be saving some money on, the cable or whatever that you might be paying for in order to watch Spurs games in your country, save yourself a bit of money, and also guarantee that you don't have to deal with any 3 p.m., 2 p.m. blackouts as well. If you're traveling, like I know Alan is, he's over in the Bahamas right now, you can be able to keep up on your shows. If also as well you wanted to watch the Spurs game while you were in the Bahamas, you could again move yourself back to the country in which you came from, be able to watch, from the same streaming service, that sort of thing, of Spurs games. Also, if you wanted to not watch Spurs at all, just watch an entirely different football team, maybe you could use a VPN, move yourself over to a different country and be able to watch some better football. That's for sure. I would love to be watching PSG right now instead of this hot garbage that's in front of my eyes. And then also lastly, when it comes to security, they do have a threat protection filter that you can install with NordVPN. So anytime you're on public Wi-Fi's, whether you're on the train, airports, any public place, really, your information can be up for grabs, passwords, data, that sort of thing. And it's just really good to have. Nowadays, I think you kind of do need a VPN in plenty of situations, whether it is streaming service related or just protecting yourself. And you might as well considered, looking for, one, in our case, NordVPN. Use the code FLATCAP, get yourself a 2-year plan, get, I think 2 extra months free with that 2-year plan, and it's a 30-day money back guarantee. And then there are other sort of options out there as well in terms of different packages, and you can share it up to 10 devices as well. So just one plan shared amongst the whole family and friends. This also goes well, Dave, to Jerome saying, shite owner, shite club, shite squad, shite manager. I'm so sick of them all. I am tired of a team that can't score or defend. We can't do anything, Jerome. That's the thing. Literally anything, man.
Honestly, I'm just sick of it all. I'm just sick of it all. Like, the thing is, I would argue, we bring some good players to this football club. We bring some good managers to this football club. But we could just never, ever sync it up. Can never, ever, sync it up. But look, this is the worst it's ever been. It's the worst it's ever been right now. And honestly, no one has the answers to get us out of it. Where we're finishing this season is exactly where we finished the season with Antonio Conte, Stellini, and Mason. It's exactly that where we're finishing this season to a large degree, where you don't even know where to start to fix the problems. The ownership, he said he ain't going to put in any money he doesn't have, this summer. Not saying he's not going to spend money, but he's not going to go any extra to rectify the problems. Yeah. Where do you start with the playing squad? There's so many problems. Where do you start? What problems do you fix first? There's problems going forward, problems defensively, problems in midfield. Where do you start?
Leadership, everything.
The recruitment team. Where do you start with that? You know what I mean? Where do you even start this summer? We are where we left under that season underneath Antonio Conte. We're here yet again in the same cycle. I'm absolutely fed up with it. The reality is, not everyone that comes to this football club can be crap. But anyone that does come to this football club, it's always in one big shit show. It's always in one big shit show, and I'm fed up with it. Absolutely fed up with it. And to Dark Sun G's point as well, if I'm Ange, I'm making 3 changes at half time. I don't sit there at all. I don't wait for the first 5 minutes. I haul players off at half time. He has to set an example heading into Thursday. If they walk out there with the exact same 11, we're going to see the exact same shit, because there's been no one held culpable for what we've seen in that first half. So he has to make subs. And I'd argue getting on the likes of Mikey Moore. Honestly, Johnson's been atrocious today. Everything about his performance screams of a guy saving himself for Thursday night. Get Mikey Moore on. Let's just at least, this is the time now. Let's just see what some of these kids can do. Some of these youngsters, some of the players on the periphery, get them fucking on and let's see what they can do. Let's see if they'll go out there and try a leg. Because some of them players are holding back for Thursday night. And if they don't win, then how fucking dare they hold back, especially if they're not going to get over the line. And to Chop Liver's point, look, honestly, I think we could bring in Harry Redknapp for Thursday. I just don't think the confidence is there in the squad. I don't think the quality is there in the squad. I don't think we could bring in Pep Guardiola for Thursday night. I don't think it's there. I just think, honestly, off the back of today, I think it's done. It's clear everyone's given up in the league campaign. I don't have too much faith in the boys going out there Thursday night with how bad our away record is. And I just think today, season's over. It's just not working. Everything has to be, again, how many internal reviews have we had? How many internal reviews have we had at the club? Worse than ever before.
Jake has also sent one in. Thank you guys for all the support, by the way, at halftime. As always, we try to get to all your points and try to be as efficient as we can, but we do also really want to try to see things from your guys' angle and honor the points that you're making. Jake, thank you for the donation, by the way. Really do appreciate it. Love the profile picture, which I was on a plane right now with you, so I could take my mind off of this, head someplace nice. And then the Big D as well gifted out a membership to ENS. Thank you very much, the Big D. In terms of tomorrow, I don't think the fan show will be going on tomorrow because I know Dave is celebrating family member's birthday.
Well, I'm going to try.
And we'll be on a hybrid, sort of week. I imagine the fan show will be Wednesday night. So maybe look out for one Wednesday night or maybe some other evening this week. But we'll definitely have a fan show before the game on Thursday. That's for sure. Big up to you, Jake, and the Big D. Really do appreciate you guys.
Big up. Honestly, we don't need any more abseiling. We just need a circus ring, and we'll call ourselves Tottenham Hotspur Circus. Honestly, and I think Wolves made more subs at halftime than what we did. Embarrassing, absolutely fucking embarrassing. Just sending out the message that was okay. It was a great performance, lads. Go back out there and replicate the exact same thing again. That's what that screams. Oh my God, it's getting worse. We can't even get a corner off the ground. Honestly, literally.
Either laugh or cry.
Honestly, I remember, I watch under 10 games and even they can put in corners that get them off the ground. You know what I mean? Seriously, fucking hell. What have we subjected ourselves to? Honestly, I feel like I've subjected myself to abuse.
Oh my Lord, Jed.
Oh my Lord, please.
Oh no. Oh, thank God they suck. Thank God Wolves are bad.
Oh my God.
That's the thing too. This Wolves team, they're shocking. Like they're a bad team, and we're making them look like fucking Prime Madrid sometimes. It's just really so sad. Just shows how horrible we are.
I think the only way of getting happiness today is I'm gonna have to play the sympathy card with the missus and see if I can get like a full body massage just to sort of de-stress or something today, because I can't handle this.
if anything, today would be the day to say, "Hey, do you have any chores for me? You know, is there any honey to-do
Honestly,
list?"
yeah. Have you got?
Yeah,
I
I don't
hate
think, you know,
painting. I hate painting. Have you got painting for me today? I need
yeah.
something.
Any is there a hole in the wall somewhere that I need to fix? Is there a light that needs screwed in? Because seriously, I need to get away from this. Oh my
Go up to
gosh.
my niece tomorrow for her birthday, and I have to pretend everything's okay. You know? She's going, "How are you? How are you, Uncle Dave?" "Yeah, I'm great. Don't worry about me. My football club's falling apart, you know. But my
Oh no.
country's falling apart, you know. But don't worry about me, you know."
Oh no. Wolves look capable of grabbing a third here in the first few minutes. We do not look like scoring.
Although I will give it to her. She does put a big smile on my face. So hopefully tomorrow I can change my mood.
Yeah, just tell her Spurs are off limits. Certain topics
Honestly,
you don't talk about, you know,
she
with the
slags me
family.
about Spurs. Her father's a Liverpool fan, you know. So every time I walk in, she's like, "You know, we're winning. What are you doing, Dave?" I just, you know, it's bad, isn't it? You know, my niece is slagging me over Tottenham, man. It's bad. She does the same to my outland. It's fine anytime she sees them. Liverpool, you know. She loves it. She loves that we lose so much.
Can't wait for Jack's reaction to the press conference. Oh my gosh.
Brought me
Oh
more
Lord,
enjoyment,
AJ.
actually.
Oh Lord.
Come on,
If I were, I would
more.
probably be like one of the journalists after this game, DJ. I would ask Ange. I was like, "What sport were you guys playing out there?" Because I really am struggling.
Just playing cricket.
We're closer to playing cricket than we are playing football.
We're closer to looking like an Olympic event with sprinting rather than doing
Yeah,
anything.
this is like
An event with no ball involved. That's what we may as well be doing.
it's like watching a PE team learning how to play
Yeah.
football. Basuma, man, holy nuts! So
honestly,
bad.
if you don't laugh,
So
if you
bad.
don't laugh, you'll end up in A&E with a heart attack.
So bad. Oh my gosh. It's like watching seriously, it's like watching a PE team of fifth graders learning how to play football for the first time. It's shocking.
I mean, 5 minutes into the second half, we still haven't seen anything different.
Cricket, you know, cricket players would be better at football than us. This is so bad. Oh my god, are you gonna let him bully you like that?
That's
Romero,
what
okay, he's gonna get sent off. You know he wants
honestly,
to.
I feel like he's going to bite someone's ear in frustration.
Lovely ball from Romero.
Jorginho
whips it in. Aye.
Come on, please. Jorginho Toon 92. Hope you're good, lads. Are Newcastle playing Champions League? No, we're not good. You know we're not good. You can tell we're not good. Look at me. I'm beetroot like a fucking tomato. You know, I can't be good. Honestly,
I'm rooting for Forest. If it
I'm
ain't
just
gonna
jealous
be
of your
us, I'd
club.
be rooting for Forest to get it personally. But I hate to let you down there, but I do kind of want to see Forest get Champions League.
But even Newcastle, they put a Sunderland fan in charge to demise Newcastle for nearly 2 decades, and they still come back and won a trophy before we have. Honestly. But big up, my man, Geordie. Look, hopefully you're enjoying your cup success. You know, well deserved. Fair play to you. You know, you're moving. You make smart recruitment. You know, good manager. You know, fair play to you. I can't really hate on you, to be honest with you.
No.
I just get so rattled when we lose, and when we're losing like this, I can't even think straight. There's so many things that I'm watching that just, you know, I can't even put them together.
For years.
Skunk works. When does slagging Spurs not become funny anymore? It's borderline serious disease, honestly. But when your season's ending the way ours are ending every second season, I mean, it's just
Oh my god, Ben Davies swiping at air.
No one likes speaking about the club in a bad light, but you know, what do you expect? What do they expect us to do when we're watching this sort of shit on the pitch? You know, stand underneath the name and light it up in candles. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's just madness. But big up, Skunk Works. Good to see you. Please, just end the game. Honestly, just end it. I just need to do something else today. Why is Dom Solanke deeper than Johnson? Is he being asked to drop that deep?
Well, the ball was in the corner earlier, but I don't even know. I mean, we're trying to rationalize a team that can't even play football here. I mean, the midfield is just so wide open. The midfield it's just acres of space.
The last 10 minutes, we're just watching a team being out of possession.
We're potentially playing worse. We're actually playing worse.
It's like we're trying to contain it at 2-0. It's like we're afraid of them. George, honestly, I feel like it, man. I do feel like it, buddy. It's not fair on all of you guys out there either if I do, you know. But I'm telling you, if it gets to 4, we're ending it. I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing 4-0 today. There's even 1% of me that hopes we can still score 4 goals, but I know it's not going to happen. Even salvage a point at this fucking stage. Yeah, Big D says, imagine being the bench watching this, especially Mikey Moore. 100%, lad. I'd be straight into Andrew's ear. I'd be like, get me on. Get me on.
Sarr off. Bentancur and Bergvall on.
Basuma and Sarr. Yeah, well, Sarr's been shit today. Basuma's been useless. He keeps putting us under pressure with his anytime he touches the ball. Sarr was just weak in possession, you know, playing us into trouble, playing backwards all the time. 2 right changes. You've got to try and get a grip in that midfield. Can't just watch this slide for the next, 40 minutes, no matter how shit we've been. But they should have been done at half-time. Why even give them 10 minutes after half-time to prove themselves? If you're unhappy, you take them off. They're not doing what you need them to do. Take them off. Like you said, Jack, get some authority. Here we go, building out from the back. What can we do? Bergvall, straight back to fucking Vicario. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God, please. Kinski, get Kinski on next. So it's just thank God he didn't take off Madison. You know that's coming, right? You know it's coming. Oh, my God. Can't even pass the ball down the fucking line. I don't believe it. Please.
As much as I've ridiculed Andrew for taking off Madison also hasn't done anything this game. He's been shocking. Everyone's been shocking.
Everyone's been shite. There hasn't been one good performer. Not one. And even Slanky's now getting to the point where he's starting to play rugby now. Or actually NFL. He's just changed up sports now. He's not even going for the ball. He's just going for the player. I wonder are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers watching this? He might get a contract.
It's also just so rich when people will say, you just get behind the team no matter what. It's like this team can't even get behind themselves. This team can't even get behind a queue. Yeah. This team wouldn't be able to get behind a line, get behind a queue. This team makes me want to get behind a bus. Fucking hell. Oh my gosh. Vicario saves it out for a corner. I mean, I think we're actually somehow playing worse in the second half. I didn't know that was possible. Yeah. But I think we're actually playing worse. We're just lucky we haven't conceded.
I feel like I'm just slowly watching myself.
This could actually be the worst performance of the season. I don't know if this is recency bias or something, but seriously, I don't know what we've done well this game.
Haven't done anything.
I'm just curious if these guys even have their shoelaces on.
Look, it's clear they only care about Thursday night, which if they don't show up Thursday night, there's going to be one unholy fallout.
This team doesn't even look like they know how to wipe themselves. It's really just that. It's that terrible.
You're on the beach in terms of Premier League.
But this is the other thing. The Wolves are on the beach.
Well, they will be now. They'll be 15 points clear relegation now.
They already were safe.
We've given them 6 of them points.
And just been hunting the mole and forgot to get the team direction.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. Too much focus, yeah. You're absolutely spot on. I need another gummy bear. It's the only thing that's keeping me insane and awake, actually. The sugar rush is keeping me awake. This is boring as fuck.
I think there was that horrible song, like I'm a Gummy Bear, that, just makes your ears bleed. I think I would actually rather watch that on repeat right now than watch this football. It's really that shocking. Oh my gosh, Jits.
I'd rather listen to Baby Shark on repeat. Madison. Romero. Come on, get your head up. Pick a pass. Good ball. Let's go, Bergval. Let's go. Make a run off him, please. Thank you. Johnson. Good ball. Oh! He's down! Come on! Let's go, Matisse!
He's gotten his goal.
Come on! That's it, Solanke. That's it. Get in his face. Now we're up for it. Fucking show him. Show him who daddy is.
Can we pull off a comeback?
That'd be unbelievable if we do. Like, we've literally scored out of apps. It was actually good play for the goal, actually, to be fair. It was well worked.
It was.
But we have literally scored against the run of play here.
Oh, it's been 100% against the run of play, but come on.
Come on, let's go. Let's see if we can get back in this. Make it 2-2. That's Matisse Tell sanctioning his 65 million price tag.
It's been eye-bleeding football, but this is, an opportunity.
It's a great ball by Brendan Johnson,
it's
actually.
Shocking cross or clearance from Tomato. It's shocking.
Oh, yeah, it's shocking. It's unfortunate in it, but it's a great cross.
Sketchy finish, but we'll take. We'll take anything here.
Yeah,
he go off his backside.
Yeah.
What the hell? He didn't even hit it. Went off his shin. Oh my lord, he didn't even hit it.
That's the own goal back now anyway.
Oh, went off his shin. He didn't even hit it.
That's it, Spence. Go on, Spence.
I need to know what shin pads he's wearing, because those are some good shin pads. The shin pads finished it for him. He did. He didn't even swing. He didn't even swing his foot at it. Shin pads, blasted it in. Must be made out of carbon fiber or something.
Spence, back to Madison. Out to Tal. Come on, Matisse.
Come on, son.
You're my only hope today. Oh no, him and Madison not on the same
wavelength. Playing terribly up until this
point. Well done, Bentacore. No way, ref. Come on, fuck off. You baldy egg. Greeny says, Bergval. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think brilliant play from Bergval. Picks up the ball, drives at them, waits for Johnson to get on the overlap. Good cross. Back of the net. See, football can't be easy. Imagine that. Football can actually be easy. Imagine that. Come on, though. Let's try and get the second. At least try. Alpesh, go back to sleep, my man. Honestly, you haven't missed a thing, lad. You'd be better off recouping for yourself. Honestly, recoup your energy. We have been atrocious, Alpesh. Especially don't go back and watch the opening 10 minutes. Since Bentacore and Bergval's come in, we're starting to get a bit more control of the ball. And I was saying that, fucking hell. As soon as I say that, Bergval gives it away. Commentators curse.
Actually, first time Vic does well.
Yeah. Right, let's go. Let's break.
Come on, Mads.
Come on, Madison. Bit of space. Don't allow them back. Let's counter. Here we go. Someone get on the afterjets in behind, please. Matisse. Slow it right down, allow everyone to get back behind the ball. This is unbelievable. Bergval, good switch of play. Good touch by Matisse. Spence on the overlap. Madison delivers. Spence with the cross. It's over here.
Too heavy, the pass from Madison. And he
Archie Gray recycles. Give it into Bergval quickly. Oh, fuck me. Too late. Romulus. Davies. Wonder what he scored before he leaves Tottenham. Spence goes for the cross. Try something different.
Deflected.
Romulus. See him calculating up his next pass. If anyone's going to create something, it's going to come down between Matisse, Spence, and fucking Tal, this next goal. Tal, good ball. Solanke, unlucky. He tries his best to get on the end of that.
Matters.
Oh, well on Romero. Oh, no, Bentancur. What was that? Don't go, Romero. You can't go. You got to just drop back. Get out there, Davies. Please, just get out there now.
Oh my God, he just jockeyed the whole time.
Do they think it's still 1-1 or something?
Don't foul.
Well, we need to conserve his energy now. We can't just have him pressing around like a lunatic for the next 20 minutes. Get him off, rest him for Thursday, get Richie on. I just don't want him to be wasted, absolutely nothing in the tank going into Thursday when all we're doing is pressing a ball. There's no need. Oh, no. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God, Romero. Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. I can't believe it. That is absolutely shocking from Romero. Oh, my God. Why, Romero? Just as we get back in the game, we go and do that. You just can't write it. You just cannot write it. I'm even starting to question, is he as good as I think he is now?
Yeah.
Like, if you're under pressure, just put it out for a throw-in. Fucking hell. And that's your experienced players doing that, by the way. Just as we're starting to get a foothold again, this is your experienced players.
That's a shocking touch. It's just a shocking touch. He just ran over the ball. What's he done?
But, like, he's done all the right things here. He's in front. Just go back to Vicario, put it out over the sideline. What are you doing? It's just madness. Honestly, it's so schoolboy. If this was a relegation club doing this, we'd be laughing.
Oh, he's touched it off his shin or something. It's just shocking. He's like half asleep.
Oh, this fucking team, man. This fucking team.
He's half asleep, Romero. It's just basics.
That's your leader. That's one of your leaders doing that in a time where we're trying to get back in the game.
He's probably one of the best players on the ball, and he has that touch.
Concerning this.
Even when we get a buy-in into the game, even though we somehow get a goal against the run of play, a way back into this game, we do that. Now Bentancur as well. Again, our two best players potentially on the ball, and we're doing that. Matters is just swinging at everything.
Well, he's going to lose the plot, isn't he?
Someone's going to get sent off, you could tell.
Oh, give it to Tell. He's gone. Fuck me. Why do we have to make 10 passes to get it over there? We've sucked everyone over now. He was in behind Bentancur. Get your head up. It's urgency now. We've got to try things that we don't usually try. Oh, my Lord. Oh, there's not even anyone around him and he's doing that. Please. Oh.
Three self-inflicted goals, says Stevie Frazier, 100%.
Just shocking.
Three shocking goals.
We look every bit of relegation side the way we've turned up today, man. And the concerning thing is, Wolves will probably be back around down there again next year, and we're a hell of a lot worse than them. Oh my God, Davies loses out on the header. Romero gets across. Thank fuck. Oh, Vicario, don't start doing this. Bentancur. Can we have some sharpness in possession, please?
Everyone's saying Romero is the mole. Slanky, come on. Oh, shoot it, man. Shoot it. Just have a crack. Because have a crack. You know what's going to happen if you pass. We're just going to give it away again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. Come on, ref. Right, Madison. Think Declan Rice.
Has Andre lost his wife or something? Jesus, man. It's just you're 3-1 up.
Could do with Madison finding the target here. We really could. Danny Darko was smoking crack. It fucking seems like it.
Someone's been on. The whole team's been on the balloons. The whole team hung out with Basuma last night.
All on the balloons.
It must have been Basuma's birthday yesterday. They all went to the ski slopes, and they all. Oh, Mateusz Cunha's coming on. We are.
Oh, you know it's gonna get worse. Yeah, you know it's coming. They're gonna gloss this one up. Please, Madison, please find the target. This guy's so erratic in goals. Come on, if you find the target, this is in. He's jumping around like Pickford. Just hit the target. Central as well. He can go either way. Let's get a left footer standing over this. Do we have one? Davies. May as well. Come on, Madison. Something clever. Ref, they're already 2 feet over the line. Look at them. Look how far forward they are.
Oh my God, ref! Look at how they. Look how they crept forward. Look how far they crept forward, though.
Yeah, I 100%. It doesn't really matter. Like
Madison's a shocking free kick. I know, but still, though, like this is something you pointed out before. Though, it's something you pointed out before. Like the referees just seem, whenever it's us taking a free kick, the referee just doesn't seem to care if they're 6 feet away from the guy.
Well, like this is what frustrates me. They make a big fuss, right, about making sure that they're like going all the strides to take from the free kick spot. Make a big fuss about that, putting down the form and everything else. And when the free kick's taken, they just allow them to walk 15 yards. What is the point of all the big fuss about it then? Norrie's coming off. Thank fuck for that. And Strand Larson, he was causing house havoc.
That's true, actually. They took off their best players. Yeah, you are right. They took off their best players in Norrie and Strand Larson. Dark Sun G. Today is Norrie's one-man show against us. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 OG. Norrie, I think, is a brilliant player, Dark Sun G. I think what I like about him is he's a very, very skillful fullback. Sometimes I wonder if he really is like a true fullback. You know, I don't know if he is in the traditional sense because he's a bit like a Poro, where sometimes I question him defensively, but he's very, very skillful on the ball, very good technician. I know it's like a huge exaggeration in this regard, but he kind of does remind me sometimes of a bit like a Marcelo, of Real Madrid, where he, is he's like a guy who has like the skills of, a left winger, at fullback. He can take it past players, can play really nice passes, good shot on him. He scores goals too. I remember last season he was scoring some goals. I would love to have him at Spurs, but the way that he's seen us to play, way he's seen us play today, you would really wonder if that's something he would ever consider. But honestly, I do like him a lot. I do like him a lot.
Yeah, I really like Norrie. I really like Norrie. Honestly, do you know the way they say, lightning doesn't strike twice? I think we could see Anne sacked at halftime against Frankfurt, like they done to Martin Yot all them years ago.
Well, I think he's just getting. It's just depending on how Thursday night goes.
Yeah, judging by how we started this game, we could be 2 or 3 down by halftime, Jack.
Yeah,
it's my concern. That's better, Solanke. Now he's gone in behind. Someone find him.
Roadrunner.
Well done. Oh, unlucky. Oh. Yeah, Shotsky's Archie Gray has been poor enough at right back. He's been poor today at right back. He's not full back. You can clearly see that.
Q7.
It's not his fault.
Q7 said, where are the rotational minutes for Richarlison and Mikey Moore? Odebear isn't on the bench, by the way, Q7, but I agree, man. I think Richarlison should be able to come on.
Honestly, I think he's trying to play Solanke and Johnson into some sort of form. It's the only thing I can think of really at this point on why they're still on the football pitch.
Matters has
Oh
had a
no,
shocker
Madison
today.
gets this. Yeah. Other Mateus
Sir!
Cunha, that's a free out. He's given the. Watch them put this in top names.
I think the reason my eye is itchy because my eye's probably bleeding from watching this. For Charleston isn't on by now. It tells me that dude isn't right, says Drusilla. Could be the case, but, and just substitutions have always been shocking, it seems like. So I just don't know if I can give him that benefit of the doubt.
Surely he has 15 minutes in his legs, though, surely.
But you are right. Like, for
Charleston,
Charleston's made of glass, and that's being kind to glass. Or that's being unfair to glass, should I say. But you know what I mean, Drusilla. Like, his substitutions have never really been great. So I don't know what to believe, really. Or what to think. Or what to think. This game has been brain cell killing.
Oh. Thank fuck.
I think I've lost a year off my life watching this game.
It's just embarrassing.
It feels worse than any other performance we've seen in months. Yeah. And it's not like those were any good. It does. For Charleston is on now. He's got 18 minutes or 16 minutes in his legs. Solanke, it was nothing good from him. Madison was terrible as well. Kulusevski's on.
Come on, Pulu. Imagine if he can revive come back here. Brennan Johnson might score now. I'd love Richie to score as well. Something to think about then heading into Thursday. I'd see if we can even get the ball to him.
But he is leaving Johnson on still. And again, no Mikey Moore minutes.
Oh, Lord.
Well done, Bentoncourt. Oh, my gosh. Great, man.
As soon as we say well done, they do something stupid.
Gray just wasn't ready for it. It looked like an all right pass.
$15 minutes left of misery. Even less.
Come on, Richie!
No, just
shocking though.
We are atrocious.
He read him. He read him. Richie read it.
Atrocious.
The touch of the touch.
Shocking. We just can't do the basics.
It's just two donkeys of strikers.
Between the two of them, they don't even have a good touch. You know, that there with Richarlison, like, he's got the girl in the bed and he doesn't even touch her. Do you know what I mean?
It's just terrible. He read it. He did so well. He closed down the keeper, closed down the angle. The whole time he's probably expecting, if I got lucky here, maybe they will give it to me. And they did. It's a good challenge from Johnson. I'm not sure why we need to see it.
Capro pads. Don't worry, I play now. Yeah. We're just pathetic. We are pathetic on every level. I'm pathetic. I'm a loser.
I mean, Greeny, right? It's like they literally give it to us in front of their own goal, and we somehow manage to give it right back to them. That's how bad we are.
But that's how bad we are. When we give it to them in front of our goal, they punish us. Like, literally, there's not even anyone around them, and he still hits it into the only player near him.
Can we ask for the mercy rules?
Emily, did you get me out nice and shopping to cheer me up today? Cookies. Okay.
Seriously, we need to act a mercy rule.
Yeah.
Man on Bentoncourt.
Oh my God. He's 5 yards ahead of him.
Sarabia running at us. Well done.
Oh, we made a fucking tackle. Fuck me, hooray! Come on, Bergval. On to Matisse. Come on, Matisse. No one in support. Now we're playing at walking pace. What's this, over 35s? Fuck me. Oh, Kulu! Oh, it's another crap touch.
You really wonder, like, the Legends team actually might beat us. You really
honestly,
would think. The only team this team would have over the Legends team is maybe fitness. Maybe.
Sign them up. Sign up the Legends.
But the Legends, if you gave them good 2 months to get back in shape, even some of the 60, 70-year-olds, would probably beat us. They would.
Robbie Keane scored a hat-trick. Get him back in this forward line.
Just had to take Berbatov right now just to see a good touch.
Them Spurs fans look fucked off. They look pissed, man. And rightly so. Look at them. They are angry. And rightly so. The effort that they've made to get to that game today. And they'll probably go Thursday night as well. To be greeted with that. You know what I mean? It's absolutely shocking.
No, and this is the thing, and again, this is where I've come to where it's like Ange has, called out the fans. The players are calling out the fans. It's like, seriously, like after watching this, it's a two-way street.
Well, like
you got to do your end of the bargain. This has been turgid, absolute horrible to watch.
Yeah.
And then they call us out.
Yeah.
It's like,
and the thing is, we'll get the old shit.
We just stuck tape over our eyes. Maybe then, we could probably, just get behind the team no matter what. But we are watching these games, right? They do realize that. Like, we are watching what you're producing, and what you're producing is hot shit. It's literally hot garbage.
Let's take Thursday, for example, right? Get behind the team. We need this, we need that, right? We're all there. Stadium sold out, everything else, right? 3 minutes, or what was it? 7 minutes in, we're 1-0 down. I mean, you've completely undone all the goodwill that people were giving you. So we go in with the game supporting, and then they give us stuff to not get behind. People down the game turn up today. Okay, let's see if we can put 3 points on the board today. We turn up, we're 1-0 down inside 3 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like they can continue to ask for us to keep turning up, keep supporting. But at what point does it turn around to you to give us something to get behind? We're here all the time. We'll get the same spiel going into Thursday. Need you guys. Yep, no problem. We're here again. We're here again. Don't need to keep reminding us. We're here. What are you going to fucking do?
When are you going to turn up?
You know what I mean? I could have a broken leg. I'm still here. I'm on a crutch. I'm here. Over to you, buddy. Big balls. Fucking do something.
Like I said, this team couldn't even get behind a queue.
Look at Richie. No way. Look at Richie. He's so free.
They asked us to get behind them. They couldn't even get behind a queue. They wouldn't even know how to follow one.
No. Well done, Kulu.
I really do wonder, when we've actually needed to play, have we completed more than 3 forward passes in a row this game? When we've actually needed to go forward, like, we can complete a sideways pass, all the time. But anytime it's ever needed to go forward, we struggle to actually complete more than 3 in a row. 3 forward passes.
Drew, let us know the stats on that. Play him. He's made the run. Anyone going to play him? No.
Everyone, the whole chat has just been, people are having more fun just talking about who the mole is.
Please, we better create something here. We have to. Oh my
still behind.
God.
That's one thing they're good at. They can play a pass behind themselves. They know how to do that.
It's painful. Oh, it's so simple. Just wait for the guy to run.
Or play it between
Put it in behind. Just put it in behind. What do we do?
Play it between the
Check
lines.
your run. Turn backwards with the fucking to get the ball. It's so painful. Honestly, it's disgraceful. Indoor football is better than this shit. Fucking hell. It's just put it in behind. I mean, What do they need? Someone in the fucking in every stand with a big placard and telling them what to do. You know, Johnson, look up. There's a sign in behind. Okay, I'll do that. Fuck me. Where is the football intelligence? Where is seeing the picture unfold ahead of you? Where is the execution?
I'm seeing a massive utilities truck, like city utilities truck outside my house. I actually hope they cut the power lines. I really do. I'm sorry, everybody. So if the stream does go, it might be them.
Actually, Jack,
I actually just
ask them
care.
how much to cut the power lines, please. Get them to name the price. I'm sure we can raise it. Swing your head out the window. Tell them there's a sneaky 20 there.
I just need sweet release. I'm having more fun just looking at everyone, just finding who the mole is.
I feel like I want to line up 10 doors.
Someone said Chick King is the mole.
I feel like I want to line up 10 doors, one behind another, and see how many I can actually run through with anger. Come on, Dal. On to Spence. Spence.
Oh,
look. Yeah. Actually, interesting question. Does anyone in the chat do yoga? And if so, does it actually keep you calm? I think, I think I'm actually going to have to start taking on something like that, while being a Tottenham fan. So if there is anyone that can actually, give me the benefits of yoga or something like that, French shui or whatever, just to sort of, I don't know, keep me fucking...
I got invited last night. Oh!
Yes! Richie!
Oh my God, another goal out of nowhere.
Come on, let's see if we can go get it. We're so back. I'm only messing. By the way, that's not serious. I don't think we're back. I'm only messing. I'm just at the point. I'm losing my sanity. But it'd be nice to salvage a draw. But it is Richie that's back. Start him Thursday.
We're so bad. We're so back.
Start him Thursday. He's just there. He's just waiting there. He's like, he is a true pigeon. He's just waiting around there for breadcrumbs. Look, finishes it.
Nearly scoring from another header.
Honestly, look at him. He's waiting around there for crumbs. Like a true pigeon, feeds off them. Brilliant. What a pigeon.
It'd be so, if we shithouse a draw here, that would just, the shithouse would be putting it lightly.
If we shithouse a draw, I'm straight down there for a kebab.
That'd be unbelievable.
Flat Cat Pete Dave, go to the gym. I do a bit of gym. Still doesn't help. Makes me more angry, actually.
Oh, no. Please don't tell me they're going to do it again. Wolves just score immediately after. Sir!
I do gym and I do walk. I just eat an awful lot as well. I like my food.
Before we scored, I was saying I got invited to run a half marathon with a friend, today. They're going to run 13 miles. And I just said to I said, I was coming up with all these excuses not to. Oh, no, they are going to score again. Fucking hell, Spurs.
Fucking hell. Embarrassing.
We can't have anything. It's just
cameraman
torture. It's just further pain. It's just further pain.
Can't believe it.
I didn't see how it happened. They were giving us a stupid replay.
That quick.
They were giving us another replay.
Bergvall, it looks like the cameraman's on him. Everyone's making mistakes. Looks like it was Bergvall. Let's have a look here. Embarrassing. Well. Oh, is this loud?
No, this is the replay.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, he's just got his pocket.
He doesn't even need to run into that. That's the thing. He doesn't even need to bring the ball into that trouble. He literally ran into that trouble there.
It's almost worse than
He's literally run into it. Look, he's literally run into
the player.
He's literally run into it. The guy wasn't even interested in pressing him. And he goes, do you know what? Let's bring the ball towards him and tempt him. Oh my Lord. This is what I keep saying about Bergvall towards the end of the games. He's just shocking. Last 10 minutes, he switches off. He causes you problems. Not good enough. That's shocking. He's literally begging for the ball to be taken off him there.
Honestly, when I run 13 miles today, I'll just ask if we can just run into the ocean. That's what I'm going to ask. I'm asking if I can run into a sand pit.
At this point, Jack, I'd rather.
Where's the nearest? Can we run to the dump? Run to the waste treatment facility so I can just throw myself into it. Story saying ingredients may be bad, but this cook can't cook for shit. I mean, the thing is with the cook is that he would have to take his hands out of his pockets as well, Jory. And again, with Ange, like I've said this before, but like when you're seeing your team play this terrible, I know like people say like, oh, like, you know, screaming and shouting and stuff on the sidelines as a manager, like doesn't do anything. But like, surely when you're seeing your team play this poorly, you have to actually start laying into them. But he doesn't do it. He just sort of sits there with the same,
just standing there,
sits
yeah.
there with the same sort of grimaced look on his face all the time, same like look of disgust. And it's just he has no real leadership on the touchline at all. He just sort of sits there with the same disgusted look on his face. It's like, dude, how about you take your hands out of your pockets and then also start saying some stuff towards these players?
Just bollock someone, you know?
I just think, I know it doesn't do very much, but surely it does something.
No, but at least show you're unhappy with it.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
But he just sort of always looks like, you know, a kid that just, it's like a kid that just didn't get his lollipop or something, you know, during, you know, a lunch, and they just sits there with his arms folded. He goes, actually, to be fair, he does take his hands out of his pockets to then fold his arms. That's what he does.
Jory with the super chat, he says ingredients may be bad, but this cook can't cook for shit.
That's what I'm saying, but Dave, the cook has to take his hands out of his pockets.
Do you know, that's a great saying. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Honestly, the media are going to have a field day with this one, Jacko, in terms of, like, you know, headlines. Honestly, they're going to be all sitting in a jerking circle to see who can come up with the best headline for this one, you know? Like, honestly, like, we're shocking. Like, Romero's gave away the third, Bergvall gave away the fourth, Vicario at fault for the first two. This has just been one calamitous day for Tottenham Hotspur. The journals are going to have a field day with this one. You watch.
You
know, whatever bad word that begins with T, they'll rhyme it with Tottenham or something with Spurs. Shocking Spurs, something like that. Look at the Wolves fans.
4 goals, 100%.
Look at them, they're having the time of their lives. They haven't seen 4 goals in about 10 fucking years.
Breaking news that the folded arms have gone back into the pockets. Breaking news. The hands are back in the pockets, everybody.
All I don't want to see 10 minutes injury time, please. Just 1 minute will do today. Read the room.
And the ski jacket is out as well. Let's just see again, you know, how warm is it? You know, and it's fucking 56 degrees. It is 13 degrees in Wolverhampton right now.
Michael G. Kelly,
degrees, and he's got the ski jacket on.
4 hours and 4 goals must be some sort of Premier League record. Gotta be. Spursy will be printed absolutely everywhere with them mistakes now. That's all you're going to see headlines today and tomorrow. Spursy. About 10 exclamation points. Followed by circus underneath. And then... Oh. And instead of player ratings, just put red noses on all of them. Honestly, red noses, clown. No ratings, just red noses,
for Twitter. Yeah, for
Seriously.
Twitter React.
I don't want to see numbers. I just want to see red nose and clown.
For Twitter Reacts, it has to be that. Just emojis. No ratings. Emojis. Clown. Dumpster. It'll be the choice of a toilet, maybe. A toilet, a clown face, a dumpster,
or an aubergine emoji, just because they'd just be one big cock.
Yeah, turd emoji, 100%. I don't know how I'm forgetting about that one.
Honestly, someone says I feel sorry for the traveling fans. Honestly, I feel so bad for them. So bad. You know, they keep answering the call. Keep coming. No problem. We'll go. And then, you know, 1 minute in, the day's over. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I feel so bad for them. You know, it's nearly getting to the point where the players are going to have to put their hands in the pocket and give a refund. Honestly.
Sean's saying he might need a second parka because the reception from the fans and the media is going to be ice cold.
It's getting that. Yeah,
These two ski jackets. Oh my God.
it's getting that bad. I might even have to play pro clubs later.
56 degrees. It's sunny as well. It's sunny. 56 degrees. This is actually the worst performance. It feels like the worst performance of at least 2025.
Jerome says, I'm absolutely fuming. Got a chance to come back, and we F ourselves
We've done
again.
It twice. Two times.
Not once, but twice. That is Spurs.
Immediately afterwards. It's terrible. It's actually just been further pain, Jerome. I'd rather they just didn't score, because then they just put us through more pain. And they've all been against the run of play.
Honestly, it's like giving a guy a gun, right? He shoots himself in the right foot. You can't believe it. Then he goes and does it with the left foot as well. You know what I mean? You just, honestly, you can't believe what you're seeing. Memes that's going to be everywhere. You'll see people at shooting range.
More balls.
See people at shooting range going, I want you to hit that, and then they fucking, hit a tree 30 yards away. You know what I mean? There's going to be memes everywhere. It's going to be so embarrassing. It's going to be so hard. Honestly, I'm going to have to turn off. I'm turning off everything.
What's the one of the Shane Gillis? Where he's got the gun and then he points it at.
Oh, yeah.
Points it at. That's it. This one.
Yeah, that'll be back out again today.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm turning everything off as soon as we finish here. I'm turning everything off. Corner kick, last kick of the game. Let's see if we can get it off the ground.
Honestly, kick it into the stands. Get it as a souvenir. I believe that's full time.
Please, just blow it up. I don't want to see the feed. Just get it blown up. Thank fuck.
Thank
fuck. That's
absolutely over. Shameful performance.
Shameful.
A shameful, shocking shit performance. Absolutely all three. I don't know which one was, more. It's all three. Shameful, shocking, and shit. The worst performance, I think, of 2025. And like I said, my expectations were so low going into this game, and somehow they have gone well below those somehow. It is amazing. It's like, geez, my expectations were low, but holy fuck. It's unbelievable how poor this has been.
Look at them. Look at them trying to hold each other heads up. It's fucking embarrassing. I get it. You got Thursday night coming up, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry. It's absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely. Look, Spursy, it's the only way to describe it, Jack. Spursy. Even when we get our foothold back in the game, we shoot ourselves in the foot again. Not once, not twice, 3 or 4 times. Absolutely embarrassing. Spursy. Shocking. I feel so sorry for all the away fans. I feel so sorry for fans like you, Jack, who gets up in the AM, for this game. Anyone that's given up something today to watch this, I feel sorry for all you guys. It's just absolutely shocking. And the thing is, it ain't getting better. It's getting worse from top to bottom. Again, it looks like we're going to come out of a season ending it similar to the way we did underneath Antonio Conte, where you actually don't know what problem to fix first and so much, but it's coming to a point, everybody's a problem. Absolutely everybody inside that club is a problem. No heart, no grit, no desire. And at the end of the day, you've lost 20 games. Who the fuck do you think you are inside that club to pick and choose what games you want to win? And we wonder, and they wonder why there's a cultural problem inside the club when they think they can literally pick and choose. Don't get me wrong. Rotation for Thursday night, everyone's fine with that. But it does not mean the players that are put out there don't fucking turn up. Someone like Basuma's rode the bench for the second part of the season. Saying to Papa Matasar, useless today. Fringe players on the periphery. There's your chance. Go out and perform. Absolutely fucking useless. Nowhere near good enough. And I think coming out today confirms that this squad ain't good enough moving forward either. This club needs major surgery this summer. But at the end of the day, we could sit here and say, let's do reviews. How many have we conducted over the last while, Jack? How many? 4 or 5? You know what I mean? Honestly, and we're getting absolutely nowhere. No progress made. From top to bottom, it's one big fucking shit show. It's, I just, like I said, get me to Thursday. Get me to D-Day, and let's just find out our destiny. There's no point of us sitting here moaning, getting angry, getting worked up, getting pissed off. Because at the end of the day, he's not going to be sacked today. He's going to be there Thursday. So just get to Thursday and let's see what happens. Because at the end of the day, look, don't get me wrong, going into Thursday, I'm still going to back it. I'm still going to hope and pray that we can win. That's just the sort of guy I am. But the reality is, I fucking know we're up against it, and I think everybody already knows what's going to happen after Thursday. But look, there's no point, Jack. There's just no point sitting here trying to dissect it. What do you dissect? Vicario, useless. Flappy Bird. Bring back the game, put him on the front cover. You look at the two centre-backs. Romero, fucking useless today. Davies, useless, so far off it today. Spence done absolutely jack shit. Archie Gray's not a fullback, don't blame him. You go into midfield. Basuma may as well have been on the balloons and had Papa Matsar with him last night. Madison done absolutely fuck all. Tell tried. Johnson, fuck all again, although he did put the good cross in the box. Solanke, so far off anything. Yeah. Honestly, that guy may as well be playing NFL. What do you analyse? Everyone was crap from 1 to 11. There's nothing to analyse. There's nothing you can pick out.
I genuinely, I'm not kidding. I actually do think when I post the player ratings, for Twitter, I might just use emojis. I think I will. I don't think, numbers even, I don't think these guys even deserve numbers of any kind. Or I might just use negatives. Just start at like 2 and then go down to -5 for all these players.
It's disgraceful.
Probably the worst performance, I think, of 2025. It's sad I can't even say 2024 as well, because potentially there actually probably has been a worse one than this. But this really was truly, truly shocking in every level, in every sense. They always keep saying as well, just, get behind the team. Get behind what? Get behind what? That is just terrible to watch. Absolutely turgid football. I'm not even sure they were even playing the sport. It felt like a, team of, I don't know, PE kids learning how to play the sport for the first time. It was really that pathetic to watch. It hurt my eyes. It makes me want to go to bed. It makes me want to run into the ocean, later when I go on a run. It's really just... It's just a performance I wish I could just have a Men in Black moment where someone could just wipe my brain, from the last 24 hours of what I've had to see here. It really is still just my expectations. Again, everybody, my expectations were so damn low, and somehow they've fallen still 30 feet below those expectations. It is just unbelievable how terrible we are. We look worse than the Wolves, and Wolves are 17th. We look worse than them.
The bar's not even set high. A lot of fans heading into this game has actually lowered their bar and expectancy heading into this game. Lowered it. And they still fall well short. They go, hold my beer. I bet you I can beat that. It's almost like a contest at this point. Whatever their expectations in, let's exceed them to the bottomless pit that we can. It's absolutely embarrassing. And I don't want to hear this off them coming out after this game. Sorry, it's about Thursday night. And then again in the build-up, get out, get behind the team. We're fucking here. We turned up Thursday night. You were 1-0 down inside 7 minutes. We turned up today again, expecting, hoping. We're 1-0 down inside bloody 10 minutes. We turn up, but inside the first 10 minutes of games of football, you're taking all of our goodwill out. You're sucking all the life out of absolutely everybody. I don't want to hear it. Thursday night's over to you. We are actually at the point where Thursday night is over to them guys. I don't want to hear anything else about the fans. The fans ain't the problem. In fact, if anything, I hope we don't go at each other's throats through this mess, because we are actually the solution. If we can unite behind something, we can send a powerful message that this ain't fucking good enough. But the reality is, Thursday night is actually on them. And I hope a journal actually stands up and says that. I don't want to hear this going back the team. We're going to be there. We fucking love this club. That's why we put ourselves through all this pain. We are going to be there. Now it's over to you. You give us something to get behind. How about actually start a game on fire for the first 10 minutes? See how that works out for you. You might actually fare better. You might actually get better results. Go and try and score a goal inside the first 10 minutes. You give us something to get behind this Thursday. Sick of it.
I just don't have any words anymore after that performance. I think we were already, being put through the ringer. My eyes, again, were bleeding watching that. Artist T saying, getting banter by Wolves is what Ange and Levy has done to us. Embarrassing that away end will be livid. This is the thing, right? Like, again, Ange has had fights with the fans, calling out the fans. The players have, had fights with the fans, calling out them. Like, seriously, after watching this stuff, and we've probably seen this performance more than once in this season alone. We've seen performances like this. And they tell us to get behind it. We're talking about a Spurs. We're talking about Tottenham Hotspur. We are sitting 17th now. We're probably going to end up finishing 17th in the table. Yeah. They're telling us to get behind it. It's like, get behind what? Seriously, this is just such turgid, awful, shameful, shocking football. It's not even football. It's something, but I don't know what the hell it
How
is. But it
ironic is
certainly
this,
isn't
though, Jack?
football. It's not even the same sport that we're playing.
How ironic is this? A lot of the money that goes into their wages is subsidised through fan support for this football club. And then they still have the audacity to tell you to support them. Imagine that. They're taking your money, which goes towards their wages, then they still go support. Donuts, the money we use to support this football club is going into your pockets. You turn up for once. I'm sick of it. I'm sorry, some of the mistakes we've seen out there, you wouldn't see in your local under 8s. And I'm not being funny. If you were down watching your local under 8s, the manager would be hauling players off or bollocking them. Our guys standing on the sideline with their hands in their pockets. You know what I mean?
We're just so shit. We're so shit, Artisty. We're so shit. I just like, again, this is why I've gotten really upset though with people like Ange, calling out the fans and stuff like that, because it's like, dude, just win some fucking games, please. Seriously, it's just there's no one can rationalize, at this stage, trying to get behind, a team like this when you're not even being able to play 3 forward passes together. Every single one of them, all of them. It's just shocking, man. Jory saying Saints is the last win under Ange. Great show. Thursday night, Jory, I'm just like Dave said, I'm going to muster up a brave face for Thursday night. I'm going to try to channel the powerfulest of happy clapper juices because I have been absolutely drained this season of my happy clapperness. And I'm going to try to get behind, something, for Thursday, just in hopes that, this stinker of performance is just, again, something that we're just going to have to somehow wipe from our memory, very quickly. But listen, man, Thursday is potentially going to be his last game in charge. It really will be, because there's no reason to keep him in charge if we get knocked out Thursday. There's just no reason to keep him in charge.
Well, not off the back of that and what we've seen so far. That they're done with the Premier League. So once you go out of Europe, what is there for Ange to salvage between now and the end of the season? If the message already inside the camp is fuck the Premier League, Europe, and you're out, and then he's left himself in a position where he has to be sacked. What are you going to do? Leave him in charge for the last 6 games, knowing that it's, everyone's on the beach and stuff. They would probably, the thing is that they will bring in an interim, someone like Money Mason yet again, rolling in, save the day. What a fucking hero he is, coming in, and he'll take the last 6 games and hopefully get a little bit of reaction, until the end of the season, and then the players will do that and they'll go, look, we aren't the problem. You're as much as part of the problem. You're not hiding again this time.
And then as well from George Hill, member for 7 months, fan show member, saying great birthday gift from the mighty Spurs once again, boys. Last one was Larissa's final game versus Newcastle. Oh, I'm not sure which one was worse. Maybe the Newcastle one was. Stop watching at halftime. Absolutely embarrassing, lads. Somehow they played, I don't even know if they played better or worse between the first half and the second half. It was just pure shit, for pretty much the whole 90, George Hill. And I made that. I was on the phone with Nick, Lazy 8, last night. And I said to him, the biggest mistake you can ever make is to rely on Spurs, to deliver you something, because anytime, you think you're going to get a gift from them, they just hand in, pile of shit. It's just that terrible, man. Happy birthday to you, George. Do whatever you can to take your mind off of this, and as well, find any distraction you can. Maybe, like I said, go into the ocean, have a nice walk, have a nice night out with the missus or something, because you deserve it, man. Thanks for all the support you do show us. But George, brother, I'm sorry. It's just, Spurs. I'm actually lucky that maybe, Spurs don't play during my birthday. Luckily, I have a birthday in the summer, so then I just don't have to have Spurs, ruin my birthday, really. But don't let him do it, George. Just don't let him do it, man. I am sorry. Honestly, that is shocking, though. Newcastle and this, I don't even know which one is worse. I'd probably say Newcastle, but we're talking about some of the worst performances anyone would ever witness by their football club, and to have them both happen over the birthday as well is just shocking, man. I'm sorry.
We are so lucky Ipswich haven't picked up enough points. Southampton haven't.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said that a million times in the chat. Like, we are so lucky there are 3 worse teams than us.
If we were in a scrap, we wouldn't survive this. We wouldn't. Yeah. I remember saying this months ago as well. We don't have the leaders if we fall down there. We don't. We are so fucking lucky. We are so lucky. And look, the reality is, Andrew's going. He will go. He will go after Thursday if we don't get through. He will go after Thursday. But then where do you start? I mean, obviously you bring in another manager, but there's so much that has to happen underneath him. Recruitment, change the director of football, shit like, change the playing squad. Honestly, we've such a massive job on our hands and if we don't rectify it, we're going to keep going this way. We're going to keep going in this cycle. And the thing is, there needs to be urgency done this time because we're stuck in this cycle and it's getting worse and worse and worse. I remember saying something to Jack when we had 3 managers in the Conte's second season. We had Conte, Stellini, and we had Mason. I remember saying to Jack, this is how relegation clubs perform, and this is how they get relegated by having 3 managers a season, and we're getting worse. We're getting worse. We're going to sack another, bring in another interim. That's 4 or 5 times since Pochettino now. We will end the season on an interim manager. That can't keep happening. You can't keep surviving in the Premier League like that. You just can't. There needs to be massive urgency in terms of fucking recruitment this summer. Because honestly, I'm looking at Everton right now at David Moyes, and they're fucking looking better than what we are. And it's embarrassing. And they're lucky they've had characters the last few years, like your Colemans. People like that have been around the club a long fucking time, keeping people in check, making sure they're ready for the fight and stuff like that. We don't have that in this dressing room. So we are fucking goddamn lucky. But if we end up in this position next season, we are fucked.
What's the story saying? The outlet saying, I wouldn't give him the opportunity to save his bacon on Thursday. Just get rid of him now. Listen, Mr. Harris, plenty of people in the chat have been saying that today, and plenty of Spurs fans have been saying that for a while now. I think Dave and I are just delusional enough to give him his last game. Gene D saying we shoot ourselves in the foot so many times. That's the story of this game and the story of this season. I mean, this is the thing, though. Like, I do feel for Ange, and that all 4 of the goals we conceded were absolute errors and just terrible, terrible moments, individually from players. But we still didn't do anything, on the ball or anything in possession, that was in any way convincing that we are going to get a win on Thursday night. So it's just everybody's to blame, Gene D. But would love to meet up with you sometime, my friend, because I do believe you are in Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. So would love to meet up with you sometime. Aussie, Coys, saying 1 a.m. here. Really glad I stayed up for this one. Jeez, dude, I just said to Dave, I really hope, the utility truck outside my house cuts the power lines, right now. So then I can just, remove myself from the internet entirely for the next day. Ed M saying, can we hire the mole? Can the mole take over? I can only laugh or cry at this point. Greeny saying effing deja vu time. Manager sacked, Mason in, new victim in the summer. It's just the cycle. It's the cycle. That's what we should start. It's the cycle of Tottenham.
That's what we should start calling the position. Not a manager. Well, they're not managers anyway at Tottenham. They're head coaches. That changed under Pochettino, which means there's your group. Go and make the best out of it. There's your coach, your staff, your players. Go and make it work. You don't. Stuff up here, don't worry, we'll take care of that. We'll make sure your best interests are represented. Absolute bullshit. But honestly, stop calling them head coach and manager, just call them the next victim. That's what we're going to start calling them.
As well, Ed Sweeting saying we might struggle to get another win after today. Forest, Liverpool, Brighton, Villa, Palace, even West Ham can't get any. I mean, every team is better than us, pretty much, literally. Yeah. I mean, and also is the terrible thing about this season is I think we have a losing record against the bottom 3 teams. The bottom 3-4 teams we have a losing record against. So it's hard to imagine any team that we're better than. Let alone we probably have to go down to the championship to find a team that we might be better than. That's just the point. It's just that shocking. We had the good performances or the good games that we've had are against Elfsborgs and AZ Alkmaars and teams like that of just an absolutely turgid level. It really is just terrible. Just going to get back to a good comment and the support from Shane Bapo or Shane Bapu. Great name. Your next 6 games, start praying. Yeah. That's why I kind of sort of brought up those 6 games from Ed Sweeting. I
pray coming into every
Shane.
game.
I mean, it's the football gods certainly have not been on our side, but I don't even know if the football gods at this stage, could get us over the line. It's actually funny that Ange has also mentioned that, the football gods haven't shined on us. I mean, the reason why is because look at the stuff that we're playing. The football gods don't even think we're probably playing the sport.
Honestly, I do pray before some games. I prayed before the game Thursday night. Ask Jack. Even the United game.
David's turned to religion because of Spurs.
Yeah, I've had to turn to religion, because of Tottenham Hotspur. There has to be a higher power out there that's going to give me the answers. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I've lit candles. I've done everything. I've gone down to try and, confessions and speak to the Lord. Nothing's working. Honestly.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Thank you, Shane, by the way. Dark Sun G, thank you, man, Dark Sun G, for sticking through with this one. I know normally, you kind of also probably just bury your head in the sand after performances like this, but I appreciate you sticking with us, Dark Sun G, saying hopefully these errors don't occur in the Europa League. Come on, you Spurs. I mean, there is something to say there, Dark Sun G, right? Maybe we got all of the errors out, like, like a detox or
No.
like a laxative. It's like maybe we just took a laxative of all of our errors today so that we just don't have to see them on Thursday night. There is maybe there is some hope there. Maybe there is a glimmer of light there. Like,
Honestly,
surely maybe we got all the errors out before Thursday night. I can see where you're coming from
you don't
there.
think that crowd's going to get on top of us? I just think the crowd will get on top of us Thursday night. You will see Vicario flapping around with the ball at his feet or in and around them. You'll see one of the centre backs go to make a pass, and the crowd is too noisy, and they'll be distracted. That's what will happen. We will be distracted by their crowd, and there will be a mistake. There will.
I think we took an error laxative today, Dark Sun G. Hopefully, that's the only positive I can see. And then he also said positives today could be Richie and Kulu did get their minutes, and Van de Ven and Son did get rest. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say too, like, I don't think it is a huge positive. It's not like I would fork over 60 million or anything, but I do think Matisse Tell was slightly better than the rest of the terrible players today.
Not 60 million.
But I don't think it's anything to really write home about. But I do think he was slightly better than the rest. And then Richarlison, he did get his goal. If Richarlison could play 90 minutes, I would seriously consider him Thursday night. I really would, because Solanke he looks so devoid of any confidence, and he just looks terrible, really, at this point. Looking at the player he was last season to what he's been this season, it's just two different people. It's just, again, I'll keep saying it, but it's like two guys playing different sports, really, between what he looked like last season and what he looks like now. And then with Kulusevski, boy, do we need him. I don't think he did a whole lot since coming on, but just the energy he brings and also just the physicality that he brings could actually be a huge lift and a big help. We need all we can get, Dark Sun G. So there are maybe some positives there. Jerome saying, Dave, by the way, this is going to be a rude awakening for our fan base that think that our players are good. They are bang average and get used to those finishes. We are shite. That's kind of, Dave, you kind of alluded to it. It's something that's been in the back of my head this season, because we all have our favorites. We all have players that, we do stick up for, blah, blah, blah. But like, after this season, man, it's like no one is safe. Like, no one is exempt in a way, from criticism. No one is exempt from, just everyone is to blame, really. Like, everyone has had a shocker this season. Romero, gave away one of the most silly goals I've ever seen. Vicario, who I've defended before, had an absolute howler today. Was horrible from the get-go. Like, everyone's been poor, at some point this season, and there's no hiding away from that. So Jerome is onto something, and I think you alluded to that earlier on in this game.
100%.
Like, you're starting to question if some of these guys are as good as we say we are.
Well, I questioned it in the summer coming into this season. Look, this is why I don't subscribe to the notion that another manager will come in and we're going to see much better, or this squad is a lot better than what they're showing. I think you're literally arguing over between 17th and 14th. It's not really that much better. I think and I think this season should probably show that, Jack. You look at the evidence, right? Our squad has been tested to the absolute limits this season, more than ever before. Yep. And no matter who you play, what combination, it's crap. We lose games of football. You know what I mean? And that right there shows me, that squad is not as good as we like to think it is. I'm sorry, it's just nowhere near it. I sat there in the summer, I said, the alarm bell started ringing with the quality that we were bringing in here. I'm sitting there, I'm like, we finished 5th last season. Everyone else is going to kick on and make good signings. And a lot of them around us did. What did we do? Let's have a look at the K-League. Let's head over to Sweden, Championship, over to France, where we've got burned so many times and dropped so much money before. Let's look back down to the lower end of the Premier League, where, we've already been burned with before as well, with the amount of money we paid, big players from the bottom half, and we wonder why we are where we are. And I've always tried to highlight your recruitment is absolutely imperative. And it's also got to be on what you need. When we went into the summer transfer window, we didn't bring in what we needed. We brought in a striker, and then the rest we just brought in to fill in and around. We didn't really target any positions and stuff like that, and it's just nowhere near good enough. Look, Andrew's a part of the problem. I sort of am in agreement with people that, his style at this level. I think he needs to go away and reconsider it and stuff like that. Maybe there is a lot of things that he maybe once he leaves, he looks back on it and goes, I would have done this a little bit differently and stuff like that. I could take all that into account. But let's not fool ourselves and pretend these players are world beaters. That's what I'm not going to do. I am not going to do it. The quality ain't there. A lot of our signings that we brought in to boost us up and help us go and challenge for our trophies have been relegation fodder. And where are we right now? Fighting around relegation, losing to relegation teams.
Yeah.
Honestly, and just quickly on that last super chat, Richardson's better than Solanke, by the way. He comes on, he gets half a sniff. Solanke, people can go, that's a tapping. Solanke wouldn't be in that position.
Solanke has had opportunities to get tap-ins like that, and he's not gotten them. That's the thing. Like, he has. Like, it's just it's at least being at the right place at the right time. Yep. Like getting a goal off your backside. He hasn't even been able to manage that this season, Solanke. Even just getting a goal off your backside. Brian Timlin saying, I don't get why we're also giving up on our only hope, which is the Europa League, to give this lemon another chance. Listen, Brian, I think plenty of people agree with you. I think, David's out loud agrees with you. Plenty of people agree with you on that. I'm just probably delusional and stupid enough to give Ange, the final chance, on Thursday night. But seriously, I'm not even going to defend him at all. I think a lot of people might agree with you. Alpesh Patel saying, Dave, who would you want to manage Spurs with this board, coaching staff, medical team, and owners? I mean, Dave mentioned that, and Dave and I joked about that the other team. It's like, where do you start in the pyramid of problems? Like, where does it all rank? Dave and I, maybe we'll do a tier maker. That would be fun for like the members or something. Which problem is the worst? Because you start with the owners, you go to the recruitment, you go to the medical team, you go as well to, the coaching staff, you go to the players. There's so much wrong. The stadium, there's so many things at Spurs that are just going the wrong direction and going the wrong way. You just don't even know where to begin. It's just looking at like it's like a huge canvas of shit. And you just don't know what to clean up first, Alpesh Patel. You just don't. Greeny saying outplayed by the bottom four teams on a few occasions this season has been an absolute joke. Completely agree. And there was another good comment I was going to take from somebody, which I thought was actually kind of apt and spot on. Someone said something about, I'll steal it. Someone said it, but it was a good point, in the chat that I saw. Someone said something more or less of, these guys, these players look at the position we are in the league table, and they seem to have no shame or no pride, at all, to sort of take a look at themselves, at where they are in the table. Like this team have, James Madison calling Spurs fans, a Wally. You look at Brendan Johnson, constantly chirping back at Spurs fans. You look at all these guys, especially Ange Postecoglou as well, chirping back at us. And they seem to have no realization of where they are in this league table and how this season has gone for them. Like, at the end of the day, I would say, have they been, has Ange been hindered, and been let down by the recruitment? 100%. But surely, like, you can't be defending yourself if you are sitting in fucking 16th and look like you're going to finish 17th at this stage. Like, it's just, no matter how cynical anybody could have been before this season, I don't think anybody expected us to be this bad and this poor and this far off. It really is. It really is just terrible. But yeah, someone made a comment on that in the chat, and I thought that was actually a very good comment on this. I think future's bright, future's lily white. Coy saying we sign nice guys, not leaders. That's the problem. Hey, listen, I had a debate, with some members and some friends in the group chats yesterday. It's just an example. It's not like I'm trying to be super specific here, but people try to rationalize keeping around guys like Ben Davies because he's liked and well nice and stuff like that. It's like I couldn't care, man. I just want to have people in here that want to win and look at performances like this as just unacceptable.
Jose Mourinho told us you don't win anything with nice guys. You just don't. I'm sorry. If you want to win things,
I want to have winners,
you've got
man.
to be cutthroat. Cutthroat people don't sit there, take both sides of the argument. They go, no, this is the way it's got to be for this outcome. That's the way it's got to be, as an athlete, if you want to go on and win things. But no, we're too nice,
I want some a-holes in this team.
Yeah, exactly. And that's from top to bottom. The amount of refereeing decisions that go against us, no one comes out, says anything. The players, all too nice as well amongst each other. No one rattling each other's cages in there and stuff. It's all just too lovey-dovey, airy-fairy and stuff. I'm not having it anymore, You need people out there that are going to start calling people out on their shit. That's how you start setting standards. You go, you, dummy, come here. Why did you do that? Explain to me why you done that, and I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Don't fucking do it again. Clap round the back of the head. You do it again, you'll be bounced out. You know, we need to start being ruthless here. We keep being nice. You know, we keep being nice to these players. Keep excusing these players as well. You know, this is what we keep getting. You know, we've done it before with some of the older squad when they were off the back of the Pochettino era. People kept on excusing them. All of a sudden, you're 3-4 managers deep. Can't keep being the managers. Conte told us when he left this football club, you keep excusing the players. Even when he was in the middle of a rant, Adriano went to excuse these players. And he said, I don't want to hear it. You know, you keep excusing these players, keep changing managers. What's changed? What's changed? These players need to take responsibility. They need to take accountability. They need to realise they're playing for fans who pay good money to support this club. Conte said all of this, and we just forget that. Look, you know, the thing is, there's so much now where it's everything is Ange's fault, nothing's Ange's fault. You know, everything, you know, to the point where there's no rational sense here. Like, at the end of the day, two things can be true at the same time. The manager ain't good enough, but neither are these fucking players. Let's not excuse them. I'm fed up with players at this club being excused. You know, at the end of the day, you look at them fans travelling up there today. You look at them. You think them players will even give them an afterthought once they get back into that dressing room? No, of course they won't. And they paid good money to get there. They sacrificed to get there, you know, and that's what they're turned up with. I'm sorry, but we have literally got to the point where we've used every member of this squad and fucking more this season. The only ones that have shown any sort of cojones are the youngsters. Stop making excuses for these players. I don't want to hear about confidence. Of course you're not going to be confident when you're losing games of football, but you're losing games of football because you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Look how many times it looks, all of our players around the pitch, how long it takes them to get the ball under control. That's not to do with confidence. That's to do with fucking ability. They're shit.
It's just I want to just almost have a clean slate of just new players, new manager, new everything. Future's bright, future's lily white. Almost all of them, man. Thanks for being patient, by the way. Dark Sun G saying better that these mistakes. Yeah, I think I got to that. Better that these mistakes happen now than in Europa. Yeah, I think, like you're saying, man, from earlier, you know, hopefully these mistakes don't occur in Europa. And yeah, I think you're just emphasizing that point again, Dark Sun G. Just, yeah, man, hopefully we got all of the badness out of us. Like I said, we'll just, if we're going to, in any way, just a delusional way to look at it in my case, is like, maybe this is like a laxative, you know, for Spurs, where we just get all the shit out of us now before this Europa League game, man. And then he also says, we are definitely cursed against Wolves. 5 goals, 1 draw, or, 4 losses, or 5 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. Is that maybe in total, you know, and like, you know, since in the Premier League era, you know, is that maybe our record against them? Dark Sun G, listen, man, like, and it's also been at home recently. Like, I know Gary O'Neill picked up, you know, a result against.
I think that's our record against Wolves, maybe. I think
just in general, yeah, 5 wins, 1 draw,
5 games, 1 draw, 4 losses.
Yeah,
so
5 games, 1 draw, 4 losses. Sorry, Dark Sun G, I was reading that wrong. It's terrible, man. That's just, it's shocking. They really are we are cursed against them.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say anymore, man. Like, maybe we can just write it off when we go up against Wolves. Like, we'll just pull the mercy card, you know, against them. We'll just say, listen, we'll just take a point if you guys can allow it, and we'll just move on from this, because clearly we are cursed against this team, man. We are cursed. Appreciate the support, by the way, man. Artist T saying Kulu didn't look fully fit. Ange said he wouldn't even start Thursday, but came on today. Either Ange rushed him or there's something else going on.
No, just because he says he's not going to start Thursday, that could just literally mean that he doesn't have 90 minutes in him. He doesn't have 60 minutes in him, you know, which means he probably has. He could have 20 minutes in him, you know, so why would you start a player and haul him off after 20 minutes? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
This is a thing. I get Ange ain't good enough, but like stuff like that is just nitpicking. You know, the reality is, let's have some common sense around it. He's not going to start because he's not 90 minutes fit yet.
Yeah, I think he meant that, you know, he's going to come on off the bench, and he's good enough to be an impact, but he's not going to be able to sustain playing 90 minutes at the level that we need him to. I think he was pretty clear on that one, Artist T. Michael from Poland, thankfully, I had better things to do today, boys. I proposed to my girlfriend, and she said yes.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh, Michael.
Congratulations. Great fucking news for you, man.
Dude, you've had, what is it, a new job, I believe, right? You know, got a new career going for you. You know, of course, graduated from university a while ago, had a thesis passed. Girlfriend, it looks like you've been with for a while now. You know, congratulations, my man. And hopefully you have a nice plan.
You're looking up for him.
Yeah, yeah, but
Things are going in his favor, not football wise,
Spurs
but
are just a reminder, for you that there maybe are things that you can distract yourself with that maybe can be painful. But listen, man, enjoy it, enjoy your time with her. Honestly, get away from us, please. Dave and I are probably gonna, spoil things for you in some regard, with us having to talk about this, crap in front of us. But big up to you, man, and massive congratulations
yeah.
and well wishes and especially, lovely time, springtime proposal. Maybe you have a nice little European trip planned, with her. Like I said, also congratulations on the new job. Things are looking great for you, brother. Things are looking great.
Yeah.
Tiski's on me. Tiski's on me.
I think to seal the deal, to let her know what she's in for, you should walk into the bedroom tonight full chirpy. That's what I would go with, Michael, just to let her know, what's coming with the marriage.
And also, but next time we talk to you, or maybe if
Partners
when
chirpy.
they'll send you a WhatsApp or something like that, a message. Love to know how you went about it. Love to know if maybe she had any clue, or maybe
Yeah,
she got
is he a romantic?
were you being sneaky about it? Did you let anybody else know beforehand? I'll try to remind myself to send you a message about that, Michael. Massive congratulations from Dave and I to you, brother. Really appreciate you, and you've been
Partners
with us
chirpy
for a
tonight.
long time. We've known you for a long time now, so
Yeah.
love from us, dude. I wish I would know how to say congratulations in Polish. But Mazel Tov, brother. Dark Sun G saying, in my opinion, 8 players we must keep for next season are Sun, Kulu, Bergvall, Van de Ven, Spence, Poro, Udogi, Richarlison. Good squad players are Vicario, Kinski, Danzo, Gray, Dom Wilson, and Johnson. I'd probably like calmer heads will probably prevail tomorrow. Dark Sun G.
Yeah.
Just right now, man. Like, it's just me being probably just that incensed by the performance today. I seriously would just get rid of every single player
Yeah.
today. Like I can't think rationally, after watching performances like this, man. I think calmer heads will prevail though later on in the
Yeah.
week. But
Like,
usually I agree with most things you say, Dark Sun G. So I'll probably agree with you here. It's just that right now, man, half of that list I wouldn't even make much of a case for. I wouldn't like. It's just performances like this, man, just are so painful to watch. And also even Vicario, that dude, I love Vicario, man, but today, absolute shocker today, like shocker from him. And I like Vicario a lot. And he had a stinker, a real stinker today.
Like, the thing is, I think there's a good nucleus to build off in general. But look, someone like Richarlison, I'm sorry, although I think he's better than Dominic Solanke, I can't keep waiting 40 odd games of a season for this guy to show up and bag me a goal. I can't. Look, when he plays, he scores. Credit to him. But he plays like twice a year at this point. We got to move him on. We got to move him on. Can't take the risk that this guy's going to stay fit. He hasn't proven that he can. Look, Kulu, I think I'd build around Bergvall, Van de Ven for sure. I would keep Sonny next season again. Porro, look, as much as I like the guy, as much as I think technically he's one of the best right backs in the world, there's a lot of Trent Alexander about him where he just cannot defend. He just can't. And look, we knew he couldn't. He said when Ange came in that when he was reverting to right back, he has to go and learn that side of the game. It's not something that was was in his wheelhouse. But the amount of mistakes that guy costs us on the football pitch, the amount of goals. Yeah. And the reality is, when he plays, the reality is when he plays, there's always a chance for the opposition to go and score off the back of him. So, even that one I question now. Honestly, like Jack said, I think karma heads will prevail. We'll get stats for the season and that come out the end of the season. And, we'll probably look, most people will probably drop videos on it, on, what they think we should build around going into next season for sure.
I was just gonna say, Dave, don't kill yourself over these players. Having to talk about them. Don't kill yourself. Dark Sun G saying we need 4 quality players, 2 in the attack, 1 in midfield, 1 at left back. I'm in a similar boat. I think we need another fullback. I would spend the vast majority of our money, though, on the forward line, man. I think the forward line is so devoid of any quality, really. The fact that even Brennan Johnson is our top scorer and is somebody that, plenty of people defend, I think is a damning indictment of how bad this forward line is. Dominic Solanke, listen, I really liked, his signing. I'm probably going to give him another season, but he has been absolutely torrid this season. He needs real competition. Richarlison is also someone who I've defended, but let's be honest, he's just never fit and available. So it's just like he's got to go this year. There needs to be a new striker. I'd say 2 to 3 new wingers, really, that this team needs to sign. Probably more depth in midfield, probably a deeper lying playmaker to replace Basuma, and yeah, man, also a fullback as well. I'm in a similar boat too, but I would spend a lot of money on this forward line this summer if I were Daniel Levy. It needs a big shake-up
But it needs more than 100
and
million, Jack, this
makeover.
transfer window. This summer transfer window needs more than your average 100 million.
No, it
And we're
does.
going to have to recoup some of that in player sales, but it needs more than 100 million.
He's going to need to go to the bank and get a loan of some kind, Daniel Levy for it, and hopefully just pay it off in installments to that bank because it needs saving, this forward line. He's saying Wolves to us are what we are for Man United and Man City. No hope.
They are a bogey team.
Yeah.
They are a bogey team. Look, we struggle against Wolves. We struggle against them under Conte, under Jose as well.
True.
And even when they were back in the Premier League, when they were under Big Mick, I remember going out there with Robbie Keane and Pav. We struggled. They always give us a good game. They are a bit of a bogey team. Don't get me wrong, but still doesn't excuse the performance today. It just doesn't. It's just not good enough.
Dark Sun G saying, I would love to see you play FC25 and see who you would sell and who you would buy and see if you can do this season better than real life. Today, free hit. That'd be maybe something to do over the summer, I guess, Dark Sun G. To be fair, that would be kind of a fun summer series. This is the thing, what's kind of sad, which just puts me in a dark place sometimes when I do end up playing, career mode with Spurs. It's kind of scary how many of the players I do end up selling, and end up considering getting rid of, Dark Sun G. I've also as well done career modes where I've actually kept every player that Spurs have signed, and see how well I can do, despite that. But yeah, man, that something to consider. And I'm glad that you would like to see that. I know a couple of suggestions.
I think we should get back to it.
I know some people want to see us do a bit of FIFA. I know some people said during the member stream they want to see us do press conference reactions, which I think is hilarious. And we'll see what other stuff we can pull off. It's also just dependent, on like technology, and that sort of thing, like what we have available to do, time, plenty of things. But as always, Dark Sun G, if you're interested in it, we'd be happy to oblige. Oblige. And also, by the way, we will be able to eventually get in, I think, a new intro and new sort of images and stuff for the channel once Dave and I meet up in London, and you'll be finally relieved, in that regard, Dark Sun G. So there is a present on the way to you sometime soon. And then he says, Scott Munn changed our medical team, and look at us now.
Yeah. That's the thing, actually, Jack. We were on last one on Spurs there Friday, and Ricky mentioned about Scott Munn coming in, and part of his remit was to overhaul the medical department, and all of us just burst out laughing, because the absolute state of it, it's probably worse than it's ever been before. You know what I mean? It's absolutely shocking. But look, he could very well be out the door very shortly, especially with this new guy that we signed over from Arsenal. Signing on the dotted line. Their job roles are very, very similar. Now, look, I don't know exactly how the structure is going to work. Do you have your CEO and then your chief football officer? Because that's what Scott Munn is, chief football officer. This is like chief executive officer or something like that. Slightly different job roles. Maybe one does govern the other, maybe to a certain degree, but they're very, very similar. And I just wonder, is it a case we've got him on a dotted line, and then come the end of the season, Paratici comes back, and then the likes of Scott Munn and all are bounced out? Be interesting.
Everyone,
anyway.
I'm going to go on I'll probably go back to bed for 30 minutes if I can. Then probably just grab more coffee, maybe just shove more donuts down my throat. And then I'm going to go on a 13-mile run into the ocean so that, maybe I can just be swallowed whole. And then I'll appear back Thursday evening. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for going through this one with us. I'll be honest, it did feel like the worst performance of 2025, at least. Like, seriously, it was that bad. I appreciate you guys sticking through it with us, having a good sense of humor at times about it. Sense of levity really is probably the word, a bit of dark humor about it all. Because if you're not going to cry, then you probably just have to laugh. And as I've said before and many times, I do mean it. I do appreciate that you guys ride these ups and downs with us, that you go through the roller coasters of being a Spurs fan with us. The club, they let us down. The owners let us down. Players let us down. Managers let us down. But all we have is each other at the end of the day. That's what kind of makes, being a sports fan, fun. But, you have friends and brethren and, family to a degree that we can all just sort of ride through these storms together. So I do appreciate you all. But to be honest, I just hope that my power lines get cut today. I'm seriously in that sort of mood today. I feel effed off. I feel so effed off right now.
As soon as we finish here, we'll get quick plans for tomorrow, and we'll just call it a day. I can't. Honestly, I'm just so fed up. I'm so drained by what I've seen. And just quickly, Ash T has sort of come back and clarified maybe what he meant. He says, I knew he wouldn't start Thursday. My point was, if he wouldn't be fit until Thursday, second half, why is he
I
playing
see.
today? Yeah, I don't. Again, I don't think it's a case that he's saying he won't be fit until the second half Thursday. I think you got to factor in he's only back. He probably has
I think he's
15 to
suggesting
20
maybe he
minutes.
threw him in even extra early because things got that bad today.
I don't think that's the case. I think
Okay.
once he was on the bench, he was always going to come in and get some minutes to get into his legs ahead of Thursday.
Yeah. At this stage, I think we've lost our voice, from just having to
And let's
scream
wait
at
and
these
see if
players too
Son's
much.
available for Thursday, by the way. That's not clarified.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And Odebear not available either. So there was something true about that hamstring to a
Yeah.
degree. Like I said, everybody, I appreciate that you guys continue to support us despite all the ups and downs of Tottenham Hotspur. We're just gonna have to put up a brave face. We're gonna have to get ourselves up for Thursday evening, and then we'll take things from there. And looking forward to being able to meet a lot of you guys when we do go over in May. So mark your
That's if
calendars
people
for
are still
that.
interested by then.
Well, maybe they'll be at least interested in hanging out. Maybe not as much about Spurs. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thanks to Dark Sun G for all the support today. John as well in the very beginning. I appreciate that very kind message that you left, John. It's definitely hard, to get up for these games. And this was one that I actually rested up for. So maybe I'm glad that I did because this was a painful one, John. This was a painful one. Big Mike as well, celebrating 25 months. Ian Cook celebrating 37 months as a member. Absolutely insane, Ian Cook. Travis Kendall, Spurs bench, Artist T, Jerome, really appreciate you. Big D, Chopped Liver, Jake as well. Jory, it's good to have you back with us, Jory. Georgie Hill as well. Happy birthday to you, George. Happy birthday to you, sir. If you're still
Big
listening
Nick.
to us, Michael as well. Congratulations, brother, on
Happy
the
birthday, George.
matrimony, and looking forward to you, enjoying, your time away from Spurs. You definitely have some things to look forward to, and like you said, you've been cooking this April. You've been having a great April, my friend. But thank you guys. Thanks to all of you. Really
Yeah.
appreciate you all, and
See you.
let's just Men in Black, sort of wipe our brains if you can, from today and get up for Thursday. Yeah, that's all I can say here,
We
everybody.
will be up for Thursday. We will. I know we will. It's just whether the players are and the manager.
But yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying words. I'm just gonna keep saying filler words. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no, look, thank you, everybody. It's not easy. What an absolute shit show today. The media's going to have a field day with it. We'll see you back here, over the next couple of days. I know we'll all be back up for it again Thursday. Well, Thursday really is D-Day. Let's see how we get on. Go and enjoy your Sundays. Try not to let Tottenham ruin it. We're going to try, and do the same. Have a good Sunday, everyone.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Come on, you Spurs. Painful to say that still at this stage. Come on, you Spurs. We'll see you all, and we'll give you guys an update. I know Dave has a birthday in the family tomorrow, so it might be a hybrid sort of schedule for this week because of that. But look out for all the same content that we usually do. It just might be either a day later or sort of be spaced out a little bit. But we'll see you all very, very soon.
See you soon.